Good start. We are live once again for the Dynamite review. Thank you for joining us today. We've got some cool shit to get into. Dynamite was actually pretty good last night. I had a fun time with it. But before we get into all of that, please like, subscribe, send your super chats if you're feeling generous. We will get to them as we're going in the show. But before we get to talking about Dynamite, as you can see, Joe is not with us today. He is actually in the chat, I've just seen. But instead, we are joined by Marcus. Marcus, how are you today, brother?
I'm good. You know, it's been an interesting day. You know, Coach Joe Hobart said he need a little backup, so do what everybody does. He put the bat signal, called the sixth man up. You know, I got my stretches in, I got my shots up. At the scores table, I'm checked in. And Dynamite, like you said, it was a real good episode. And I had a lot of fun with it. Ready to talk about it.
Good stuff. I almost swore. I didn't. I controlled it. Ayo, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Well, I was doing great. When Joe Hobart, first of all, Joe tricked me into doing the town before he told me he couldn't make it. Which he out-carnied me. He out-carnied me, which I can appreciate that. What I can't appreciate, right, is Joe telling me he's going out in the town, getting a couple pints with the lads, and then he DMs me, threatening my life, says, yo, play my beats on the bumper or I'm gonna kill you. I didn't appreciate that, Joe. But you know, business is business. I do enjoy living. So I played his little song out on all streaming platforms now. He goes by the name Big Bert. So yeah, that's just where I'm at right now. I'm a little shaken up, but I'm a true professional. So I'm here potting.
Good stuff. Yeah, Joe did. He messaged us. It was just like, "You guys good for the review tomorrow?" Me and AO were just like, "Yeah, it's been a good episode of Dynamite. We're both there for it." And Joe was like, "Great, I'm not." And we were like, "Oh, okay, fair enough." But we have
said, I'll catch you fucking losers later. So
yeah, that's exactly what he said, bar for bar. But it was indeed a very good episode of Dynamite. I think this is my first time hosting a review, so do bear with me. I have my notes ready. We're going to go through it. They opened up the show with the AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland, and he had some stuff to say about the match coming up at Forbidden Door. He had some strong words for Ospreay, saying that he didn't believe that he was ready for the top spot, and he was just still a little bit of a kid. But it wasn't long before he was joined by our esteemed EVPs, and Okada said that it was his house, bitch. We are past the 5 minutes, so I can say that now. But and then the Elite, Matthew Jackson, was asking Swerve whether they would stand with them or against them in Blood or Guts coming up, and they announced the date for that later in the show. I think it's in Tennessee on like the 24th of July. Don't quote me on that.
Nashville, Tennessee. Yep, July 24th, Bridgestone Arena.
Cool. And Swerve threw Matthew Jackson's shoes into the crowd because he took his shoes off his feet and tried to give them to Swerve, which was a very good bit. And before the Elite could get the jump on Swerve, the Acclaimed music's hit, and they came out to make the save, for better or worse. So we'll get into the stuff with CD after, but Marcus, how did you feel about this opening segment? I kind of summed it up in like 2 minutes there, but it went on for about a good like 10 minutes at the start.
It was a lot, but first and foremost, they told me Swerve wasn't presented well as world champ, but here he is, opening the show. And he didn't come off as a pacified baby, which tends to happen with some guys who freshly turned babyface. Nah, he was him. He told Osprey, like, hey man, I'm ready for that match, but you better come with it because I'm gonna kill you and I'm gonna eat you alive if you don't. So the edge is still there. That's great. EVPs doing EVP stuff as usual, and in these segments, once again, Okai's my MVP.
Yes.
It's like I've said so many times, like, I did not expect him to be this good as a character on TV, but he's just blown everything away. Like, he's funny, his time is great. It don't matter what's going on in the crowd, he don't break. And the important part of this was blood and guts. That's going to be a thing again. And Swerve, obviously, is going to be a part of it because they want him on the team. Because you want your world champion out there.
Yeah.
Then the Acclaimed.
Yeah.
Look, I'm fine with it in the sense that would I put them in that match or would I have them be a part of this? For my personal taste, no. But in the context of this is Team AEW versus the EVPs, and they're the best homegrown success story in the company in the tag team division, makes sense.
Yeah.
I just don't care for it, but it's fine. Not mad at it in particular, but it is what it is.
Indeed, it is what it is. Yeah, when the Acclaim's music hit, I was just like, damn, they're really persistent with this. And it's like, it's not my favorite thing, but like, at least they're sticking to something and actually doing something with the characters, I guess. But I don't know, Ayo, how are you feeling about all this?
That was a great opening segment. I really liked it. Swerve came off as a huge star. The EVPs looked like giant dickheads. I was really up for this. It was really hot. The crowd was loving it. Then the Acclaimed music hit. I'm not gonna act like the Acclaimed being in the match is the worst thing ever, but I don't want it. I don't like it. I wish it wasn't the case. I get it. They're like the biggest case for like successful like AEW star building in the tag division. So like if FTR is down, then bring the Acclaimed. I feel like there's other shit we could do with this, bro. Like.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like DG's obviously got some shit going on with MJF, and he's got some shit going on with Osprey. But it's just like I feel like you couldn't find a way to get him to the blood and guts. Excuse me, you couldn't find a way to get him to the blood and guts story. If at least for like a little bit. Like it's coming. When is it announced? July 20 something.
July 24th. So they've got like 6 weeks.
So like this time, bro. I don't think these guys need to all be attached at the hip until July 24th, and I don't think that's gonna be the case anyway. Because obviously Swerve got like stuff to do with Osprey and shit. But I don't know. If I had the book, I'm putting in DG and I'm putting in Mark Briscoe. And if that doesn't work, I'm putting in Top Flight. Cause just like why have the Acclaim been like going back and forth with the EVPs for like the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks, however long it's been? And then they're gonna keep going until blood and guts. This is like a 10-week program between the EVPs and the Acclaimed. Who wants that? I don't want that shit.
I don't either. My thing is, it's like,
segment, but
it's just like if I'm gonna not like something on a wrestling show, I'd much rather at least be logical and not be something that's just thrown together. Because in the context of the story, like it does make sense for them to be involved in it. I just don't care for it. But if that's my complaint, then whatever.
Yeah, I am excited to see what Anthony Bowens does in Blood and Guts if this is like the route they're going, because I feel like this could end up being like a big breakout moment for him that like we've all been waiting for. So at least that'll be a positive that comes out of it, I guess. But after this segment, Christopher Daniels came out and was like, you guys need to clear the ring area because we're having that TNT ladder match, eliminator match right now. And it was Jack Perry versus Dustin Rhodes. And this match wasn't really all that long. I think it clocked in it felt like 10 minutes to me. I don't know if it was even that long, but
it felt slow.
You thought it felt slow? I thought they went by pretty quick, to be fair, but Jack Perry did get the win here, as we all expected. Dustin Rhodes ran the blade. I'm assuming he ran the blade. He was bleeding quite a fucking lot. If that was, if he bled the hard way.
I saw people confused about when he got busted open.
Yeah,
he went like head first into the what's it called? At the ring post. Like,
they
made sure to like and then right when
Jack Perry like
post, they like
pulled it off.
They took the camera off him immediately. That's clearly when it happened.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was confused. Like that was pretty clear to me, but hey.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty clear as well. It's like, and like Jack Perry like made the thing of like pulling up the apron, the matting on the floor outside. But Jack Perry did win, and I think the most interesting thing in this match, honestly, that came out of it was he did the tease for the V trigger. So clearly, somewhere down the line, Jack Perry is going to be facing Kenny Omega 1-on-1. Whether that happens sooner or later, but it's a crazy thought, to be honest, that he's going to get a match with Omega. But Ayo, what did you think of the match overall?
It was an enjoyable match, I guess. I'm not the biggest Dustin Rhodes guy. I don't really think he needs to be taking up spots on Collision and Dynamite in back-to-back shows. Like people were talking about, oh, what do you do with Ricochet? The roster's stacked to the gills, like we said before, bro. Like we have Dustin Rhodes winning matches on TV in 2024.
2 squash matches today.
Shouldn't really be the case.
It
shouldn't really be the case, honestly.
Exactly.
Let's get that ting off the road. But he was fine here. I can't really complain. I would have given Jack somebody like more exciting to have his first proper match back with. Like Jack's like a really athletic kid, and he's toned down the in-ring athleticism to do like his heel shit. But like we've seen it in the New Japan matches when you throw another athlete in there, like he's gonna like go and do like he's not gonna do all his exciting spots. Like the Scapegoat's not doing like fucking shooting star presses anymore. Yeah. But like he's still like he like goes like into a little bit of high speed mode, quick counters mode, exciting sequences mode. I think
it's like the match with Showroom Mone.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's more of what you would want to show on Dynamite for his first match back. Because as much as like we saw that match with Shooter on like our circle and stuff, like the national AEW audience didn't. Maybe like half of them saw some clips, maybe more than half. Yeah. So I feel like that's the kind of showcase you would want to put on TV. I'm not saying he should fucking beat Shooter on TV or anything. Yeah. But that's y'all know what I mean.
Yeah. He could have faced like an AR Fox or something like that. Yeah. It would have been more effective in showcasing his in-ring skill. And it would have got an AR Fox too. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, Marcus, what did you think? What were your thoughts on this match?
I thought it was alright. It wasn't like nothing to write home about or anything like that. It was cool. It was effective, and Jack Perry just being a bully. Dustin ran the blade. It was fine. So the thing about Dustin for me though is when he's in there with like a younger heel that's like trying to move up and stuff like that, like Jack Perry is right now, trying to get his character over on AEW TV. The way he moves and the way he wrestles works for me because just gets the shit kicked out of him, has a comeback, bleeds, loses, quick little match, whatever. Yeah. When it's somebody established like he did with Swerve and Rhodes in, that's where I'm like, all right, bro, let's get somebody else. Yeah. But again, the match was fine. I didn't really have any complaints. I wasn't like too mad about it.
Is this my internet or Marcus's?
Yeah, Jack Perry won. Cool.
Oh, this is my internet.
Uh-oh.
Are we back?
Yeah, you never really left.
Okay. I don't know, my internet was acting weird. I don't know if it was mine or yours, Marcus, but continue.
Yeah, that was like, nah, like Jack Perry won. The right result, obviously. Let's move on.
Indeed. Yeah, we've now got 3 people in this TNT ladder match. It's Jack Perry, Mark Briscoe, and Konosuke Takeshita, which is a hell of a lineup for a ladder match, first of all. But I want to see some talent from New Japan and CMLL in this match, because otherwise, why is it on Forbidden Door? Like, come on, man. Who would you guys want to see, like, from the other promotions, like, get a spot in this match? Because I feel like Shota Umino is a really obvious choice. Obviously, he has the history with Jack, and he's just a dynamic wrestler that deserves a spot on the pay-per-view, in my opinion.
I'd love to see them bring Toni in. Apparently, they brought him in for a Ring of Honor match or something last week or the week before that. So I would love to see them get Toni get a TV win, qualify, be in the ladder match, be in a big spot. I think he's a huge star, and I think Ghetto's like completely fumbling him. And then people will be like, "Oh, he was in the finals for BOSJ last year." But what else has he done after that? Like since then, there's been like a huge de-emphasization on him. I feel like he could be like the new Dragon Lee, but they're just not doing it, bro. Like I know how much niggas like Chase Owens make in New Japan, and it's way too much money. It's way too much. That money should be going to Toni, bro. But, you know. We don't always get
it's New Japan 2023, 2024. It is what it is.
Who else from New Japan would be cool in that match?
I'm trying to think.
I would say Hiromu, but I don't think I want to waste him on a ladder match. So there's that.
I wouldn't want him in a ladder match either.
Nah.
Yeah, if Hiromu's getting a big spot, it should be a big spot.
Exactly.
In my opinion.
So
what are the War Dogs doing, man? Put a War Dog in it.
Do I really want them in a ladder match either?
Listen, man, if they're not going to be doing something trios with them, put at least one of them in the ladder match, because they need someone to do a bit of carnage in it. Like,
nah, literally. I put Driller Maloney in the match.
That'd be pretty sick. That would be a bad.
Actually, I rock with that actually. But nah,
seeing Dan Maloney in a ladder match on an AEW pay-per-view would be crazy. Considering where he was like 18 months ago, bro. Like,
I'll tell you who I wanted from CMLL in that ladder match. I'll put Soberano Jr. in that thing.
Soberano or Mascara Dorado 2.0, bro. That would be amazing in that match. But I want them to get singles matches too, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the give and take of a ladder match. It kind of is what it is.
Indeed, but I'm assuming it's only going to be 6 people. It might be quite chaotic if they go any more than that.
Charlie, before we go to the next segment, these super chats are lining up.
Yes, so I was just about to say, do you want to pull some up? Let's go on.
Let's touch on those. Jonathan Gomez, $2 super chat. Fozzy needs to go on a 52-week tour at ASAP. Is 52 weeks enough, bro? Like this just
I don't know.
Bro, I saw like and this like the 25th year of Fozzy coming up or something like that. Well,
that's crazy.
Let's tour for 25 years. 20 something crazy like that. It was like the 28th anniversary of Fozzy.
Yeah, bro. Let's set up on a permanent Jericho cruise.
Yeah, man. Let's get Jericho a permanent residency. Maybe not in Vegas, but like, you know, Atlantic City is always looking for acts. We could look for Boca Raton, you know. They got some casinos down there.
Yeah, let's send the Hard Rock. I know one place we're not sending them though. We're not sending to DC because his wife won't be on that boat. So
no. He can't go to DC.
No, that's no fly
zone. Especially not if Joe Brandon wins again, bro. Who knows? Who knows if she's gonna get up to? Yo, did you see that? Jericho's wife retweeted.
That shit was crazy.
That was fucking wild. She said, "My likes are private. Let me just retweet this shit now."
Yeah, it's like she I'm gonna throw it in y'all face. I'm gonna let y'all know where I stand on. So
you will know my
need y'all to understand this. She said, "I really need y'all to understand this."
Oh my God.
For those that didn't see, it was like, in our house, we say gay and the R word and nigga.
I was like, yo. He's like, I'm gonna let y'all know. I really, really don't like y'all time.
Bro, is that how y'all get down in the Irvine? Jericho?
That's what y'all doing over in Tampa? That's what y'all doing?
Caden Lee of the Performance Center, WrestlePurists is on $2 super chat. Ayo, will you watch Truth versus Drake Maverick?
What is this bit?
You know what, Caden?
What did I miss?
I don't know. I missed the beginning of this bit, but from what I've gathered, Caden really wants Evil to watch this match. And now they're putting it now Caden is putting the responsibility of watching this most likely an all-time WWE match on my shoulders. So I'll tell you what, Caden, you send me a link to that match and $5,000, I will force Ibu to watch it. Don't worry, I got you.
Got you, brother.
The homie Amjan, $2 super chat. They just can't shut up during Osprey's entrance. I missed Osprey's entrance last night, but I saw a couple tweets talking about why are they talking over the Osprey part.
It drives me nuts.
It's like
it's 30 seconds of the broadcast that they just need to be quiet for.
Shit crazy, ain't it?
What were they talking about last night? Was it even anything important? Like, were they running down matches?
No, they were just yapping. They were just yapping during his entrance. It's just like, bro, shut up. This is like one of the only entrances with like crowd interactions. Like, shut up.
They were just talking about the whole like Forbidden Door match and if Osprey's taking on too much too fast. It wasn't that like crazy, but I didn't really care. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, just yapping for the sake of it.
Yo, you know what really bothers me about the announcers? I didn't even bring this up during the Dustin versus Scapegoat match. They don't know the name of his finisher. And like, how does that happen? The glass jaw knee strike and shit. They're just like, oh, what a kick! I'm like, oh, I didn't.
Oh,
know.
Yeah, they were just like, the running knee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I
bro,
didn't know.
there's 100 running knees
on Monday Night Raw, bro. It's not a fucking running knee.
What a maneuver ass shit.
Yeah.
Bare minimum of moves
strike.
to know the name of is the finishers. Like.
Wow, they don't know the name of the Stormbreaker. They kept calling it the Storm Driver when Osprey was doing it on Collision. You guys are a mess. Shot-Town Spurs, $5 super chat. Intrigued in how much Billy Gunn will sell in a blood and guts match.
Selling?
When we say the Acclaimed, we mean the tag team. Billy Gunn, I have it on good authority that Billy Gunn is going to be nowhere near that match. Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Could you imagine him getting hit with a Rainmaker and then popping right back up?
That would be so
Yes, I could,
bro.
Unfortunately.
Bro, he's a freak. Why is he so good?
It's so weird. It's so odd.
Billy Gunn, we pouring piss on you, brother. We pouring piss on
you. And kerosene.
We pouring piss and kerosene on you. It's sad, bro, because like, no matter who you like, if you ask, like, apparently Billy Gunn's like a really great guy to have backstage, but then it's match time. He's just like something like a flip switches in his head. And he goes full freak. He's like, I gotta get my shit in.
He kicked out at the coffin drop.
First person in AEW history to ever kick out of the coffin drop, and he did it at 1 on Rampage.
Rampage.
That was crazy. Like, why?
Insane.
Why'd you do that?
Then the Jay White match, obviously. Then the whole Wembley match was built around him.
Bro, that is still driving mad.
Yeah, I can't. I don't think I never watched a Wembley match, bro. Like, I went and got food during that match.
I was in the building, and I'm not entirely sure I watched that entire match.
I was on the watch along and sleep deprived.
And I was like, oh, cool. They're doing a House of Black's doing like a Bray Wyatt gimmick as the entrance. That was really cool because Bray had just passed. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get some food. And I went to go.
I just remember them showing Mercedes in the crowd doing the scissor and stuff. That's all I remember.
I didn't even see that.
I do remember that.
I remember seeing Mercedes in the crowd twice. Once where they just like flashed the name on her, and then like she uploaded a video of her singing Judas.
Yeah, they showed her on the pre-show too,
which popped me huge at the time, but it's deeply unfortunate now.
Yeah, it is what it is. But she's here now.
WrestlePurists' own Murph of Dumb Guy Live, $2 super chat. Please have some shame. I am the learning tree. Dun 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 dun. Grow up, Murph. You know what?
All right, bro.
$10 super chat, Murph. Murph's back with $10 super chat. Shingo and the Owen, the most perfect guy who has never done without anything wrong. About to take the Owen titles away from a man who supports sex trafficking like Ricky Starks does. Parentheses WWE. Shout out to Shingo Takagi. He's one of my favorite wrestlers ever.
Shout out Shingo.
But I heard he's been up to some monkey business in the past. You catch my drift.
Yeah, I heard they saying his favorite cartoon is Curious George. I don't know.
Or his least favorite cartoon. You know, You feel me?
Yes.
There's also the
Catch a
whole
drift.
Japanese nationalist thing with, depending on who you ask, it's kind of beast. You're not asking me.
Oh my fucking god. Anyway, next thing.
Hey, but you're not asking me. I'm just saying, like, depending on who you ask, it's kind of
the same.
beast. You feel me? The homie Bam, super chat. Charlie, you're doing a great job hosting. GOAT. Always good to see AO and Marcus podcasting together. Double GOAT. I need DD versus Billy GOAT at All In MJF. You can host. Object like. So if you're an MJF adverse person, is MJF hosting the entire show worse than him just getting a huge match in the show?
Yes, absolutely. I do not hear him chat.
I think if you were MJF, if you're just any person adverse, like if you hate anybody, like them just like weaving in and out of the show, doing their bits, all day. Yeah, bro.
I'd leave. I'd go home.
You can no sell the one match, but you can't no sell him every time he comes up on TV. Yeah, shout out Spurs, $5 super chat. Praise be to our scapegoat for the sacrifice he has made. The voice of the outer world shall lead us to paradise. A lot of facts being said here right now, man.
All got sacrifice. Dustin Rhodes made his.
Anjan, $2 super chat. The CD stuff not working for me. Hashtag EVPs better. He's definitely trying to get used to this role. He stumbled on his promo a little bit last night, which is, it's not, you don't typically see that. CD's always known as a great promo guy, especially somebody who came up on the independent TNA, but I think he'll get better at it. Even if he does become like the best version of Adam Pearce possible, am I ever gonna love it? Probably not. But it doesn't really take much away from the shows to me. He's on the shows 15 seconds at a time. He just says something and then leaves. So I don't think people that like hate it are being the most reasonable about it.
But there are aspects of the whole like EVP stuff they probably need to be careful of. But this is whatever. It's not like hurting my enjoyment.
Yeah.
Facts. Berkey, $2 super chat. Oh, it didn't come up. Oh, never mind. We have another one. Anjan, $5 super chat. For a roster as stacked as AEW has in 2024, their TV cards over the last month or two isn't reflecting it. They can do much better across their shows. I agree. 100% agree.
Their TV cards have never reflected it. This isn't new, to be honest.
I will say though, in 2021, like when they were like super hot and doing the mini pay-per-view cards every week, and like, the cards were crazy, and there was crazy matches announced every week. Like it's easy to forget that they only had 4 pay-per-views a year last year. So it's like, but now they're building towards 9 pay-per-views a year, 12 if you count Ring of Honor. So there's a lot of stuff that's just, and it's not really an excuse because the cards could absolutely be better. But I was looking at like some 2021 cards and I was just like, they're never gonna put this many resources on to TV on a weekly basis ever again because they want to be like, oh well, we have to sell pay-per-views. But maybe when they go to HBO Max, they change that model a little bit.
Yeah, you've got to think as well, a lot of the guys that were like wrestling in like 2021, they are quite beaten up nowadays. Like the Bucks ain't going to be wrestling every week. Like Kenny Omega's out, Eddie's out. Like the people that were like carrying those cards, they ain't the same wrestlers at the moment.
Like Kenny was beat up in 2021.
Yeah, so Kenny shouldn't have been wrestling as frequently as he was. So
not too much on my GOAT. He said that when
not too much on the GOAT.
He will be better than he was in 2021.
And I believe him. But at the time, should he have been wrestling that much?
You libs are so mad. You libs are so fucking mad. Berkey, $2 super chat. We appreciate you, bro. Is NXT going to become the AEW Reject show? Mavs in 7. Yes, absolutely. NXT is going to become the AEW Reject show. And I think it's hilarious. I didn't speak on it because, like, who gives a fuck? But, like, I think it's hilarious that just the fact that, like, 3 people plus Cody Rhodes, I'm not going to include him in that, but 3 people that AEW fans absolutely did not want to see on weekly TV as contributors just taking a picture together or like standing together backstage. And the show that fucking sucks. It's seen as like some kind of mega own. It's like, oh, Tony Khan, you messed up now. Messed up how, bro?
Like,
nobody, niggas is talking about Sean Spears, bro, Brian Pillman Jr. and fucking
What have they even done?
ego.
Big Lexus Kane?
They haven't done anything. They're not pushed. None of them are pushed. I guess Ethan Page is pushed. He debuted in the main event of a pay-per-view. I'm sorry, PLE. Lost. Sean Spears beat Jay Malachi. People were really mad about that, but then people also had to defend everything that WWE does. So people defended that heavily too. And then Pillman Jr. is like in a program with some shitter who's been signed to WWE for like 5 years, and it's just got back on TV or just got on TV in general or something like that. I don't know, but hey man, if that's the wrestling y'all want to watch, more power to y'all. Just don't bother me about it.
Yeah, we're gonna keep our children away from it.
Yeah. Back to Dynamite. No. Back to Dynamite though. The next segment was the Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Mark Briscoe interview segment with Renee. And oh my god, Mark Briscoe is the funniest person alive. But before we get to that, I just want to mention how Willow didn't even say nothing. She just walked into frame and got the biggest pop out of any of them. Willow should just be world champion. She is the woman in this roster. It's crazy. But yeah, overall, this segment was very chaotic, very funny. I love Mark Briscoe. He is a national treasure. And give him promo time every week, man. I could listen to him talk all day long. So, Marcus, what did you think of this segment?
This is probably my favorite thing on the whole show. I can't hold y'all. Like, this is why I'm such a big advocate of AEW doing like the All-Star Trios matches, All-Star 8-mans, All-Star 10-mans, whatever you want to do. Just get a bunch of very popular baby faces, promo time backstage or in front of the crowd, whatever you want to do, and just let them get their shit off. And just let them, hey man, I don't fuck with that dude. You don't fuck with that dude. You don't fuck with that dude, so let's go and get it. And Mark Briscoe is just give him a mic and just let him say whatever the hell he wants and get out the way. It don't gotta make no sense. You don't even gotta understand what he's saying. Get that country white boy the mic and he gonna say something wild. And everyone from commentary to Renee to OC to Willow, they tried so hard to keep their shit in and they just couldn't.
Conor Riley didn't even try. He was just in the background, amazed at what was happening.
I would too. Was like, I have no idea what he said, but I'm ready to whoop some ass. You know what I mean?
He said that someone's jaw's gonna get rocked off. Just like, yeah, sounds about right.
He said he called Orange Cassidy the man with the plan with his hands in his pockets. I'm like,
I think these Road 2 style tags is something like, or at least the tag that they're setting up, is something they really should like keep doing. And it gets people more involved with each other. Like seeing people on the roster interact with each other is really cool. Like remember how Edge's first day on the roster, like him and Kenny have never worked together. They haven't done anything together since because Kenny's been out, now Edge is out. Who knows when Kenny's gonna be back? But like just seeing them backstage, like talking together and like doing a little bit, that was mad cool. I feel like we could do more of that, like in ring, out of ring, just have the roster like interact with each other, like make like I like SmackDown back in the day, right? When I was growing up, the Ruthless Aggression era, like it felt like a universe where like everybody was like people actually worked together instead of just
they knew
they knew each other. They had a rapport, like whether they were doing stuff like in the ring or in a program together and stuff. Like the baby faces would be cool. The baby faces would be hanging out in the locker room and stuff, or they'd be eating and catering, and it was cool to see. But I feel like wrestling TV now is so like segmented. It's just like, all right, MJF, go out there, do your thing. Then all right, somebody else go out there, do your thing. Then all right, somebody else go out there and do your thing. Yeah. And that's kind of like how people get those island accusations. Like CM Punk clearly had an island. Cody clearly had an island. The Elite, they only wrestle on friends accusations and shit. So I feel like just mixing stuff up would fix a lot of those issues.
Yeah, it's like, guys, you are coworkers. Y'all know that, right? Like y'all can interact with each other on TV.
Right.
Yeah. It's like Renee even pointed out that Kyle and OC had literally just wrestled each other on the Saturday, and Kyle's just like, we're professionals, and we've got a common enemy now. Like, we can stand shoulder to shoulder to beat the shit out of these guys. Like, it's really cool stuff. And honestly, with the whole AEW versus the Elite stuff, they have more of an opportunity to do that, and they haven't leaned into it enough for my taste. But hopefully, they will continue to do so and mix the women in as well. Just like look, like I said before, when I got like the biggest pop in this segment, and she didn't even have to say anything, just her being on screen with these guys, like she felt right at home with them. Like,
yeah, she looked.
Willow's
looking like the superstar nowadays. I think her losing his stat is the right idea, but I think she should be wrestling more going into that match. Like, just give her just like I don't like there was clearly a lot of time that needed to be filled on Collision last week. Give her a squash match against a local jobber or somebody on ROH. Like, have her wrestle Diamante or some shit. I don't know, bro, but I feel like fans should be hearing her music hit every week and seeing her wrestle going into the match with Stat, because like she'll only just get more over, and then when Stat like kills her, it'll make it all hit that much harder, in my opinion.
Yeah, just from a standpoint of, you also don't want to go in cold in a match like that, fresh off losing your championship. So do up a Will Nightingale in action every so often.
Yeah, and then people are like, damn, is all this bitch does lose? And clearly that's not the case, but you know, if you
this has just been a thing with AEW, like in general. We've talked about this before, where a babyface will get so over with the crowd and through their wrestling majority. And then, like, they start doing stories with them properly, and they just stop wrestling on a week-to-week basis. It's just like, no, we want to see this person. This is why we're invested. So Willow should be wrestling more. I think we can all agree on that. Speaking of someone who should be wrestling more, the next segment was the Rush squash match. I cannot remember the guy he was wrestling, but it was a local talent, and he got quite the pop from the crowd. They were quite happy to see this guy.
Where
Des Moines, Iowa.
Iowa, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Parker was at the show.
Parker was at the show, yeah. I saw his tweet on the Dumb Guy Live account. Shout out Parker, great guy. Rouge squashed this man. He did get the horns as the finisher, as these local talents I want to do. But after the match, Rouge on the mic and did the very stereotypical foreigner hates Americans promo when they make foreigners heels. I'm not really fucking with that. It's not my favorite thing when they do shit like that. This is what we know. It's very textbook. But I think Rouge is great at what he does, and he's a very good heel. I just don't think he needs to lean into that shtick, like, especially when he's facing someone like MJF, because of, for better or worse, MJF always ends up in these situations where people are just like, well, you're saying really weird shit to a foreign talent now. So, but I will say this brawl was really fucking cool. Like, when Max's music hit, like, the crowd exploded for it. Like, they were chanting for him before Rush even attacked the local talent again. And they brawled all around the ringside. They brawled into the backstage area. I think Rush threw a dustbin at him at some point. But they were really going at it. And after they had finally pulled him apart properly, Excalibur announced that next week they will be opening Dynamite with no commercial breaks. So I'm anticipating a time limit draw, to be honest. But Marcus, how did you feel about all this?
Well, this is the best thing MJF has done since he came back. And it's because he didn't talk. He just went straight to the action. So that's great. And usually with these kind of pull apart brawls, you can tell who's good at it and who's not, because the punches don't look great. They're just kind of going through the motions and just walking each other through the crowd. But nah, they both brought the intensity, and they brought it to the backstage area where like security had to pull them apart. Christopher Daniels is trying his best, like a mom whose kids are fighting, trying to pull them apart from each other in the crowd and everything. So I like that. And Bruce just throwing the damn big ass box at him was cool. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but did Bruce like dislocate his shoulder before like they did the brawl? Because like looked like he was on the ropes for a long time, like messing with his shoulder.
I saw something like that. The homie Seth, he posted a video where it kind of looked like he was trying to put his shoulder back in place. But I don't know, bro. Wrestlers do that spot a lot. So I'm not gonna get worked by it unless somebody tells me it's actually real.
Yeah, he's wrestling
I've seen that he put his shoulder back in spot so many times. And Mark's just pop huge and shit. I don't know. Yeah. It might be real,
anyway,
might
like,
not be.
The segment was cool. It was just action. It went from haha funny promo one week to now fuck this dude the next week, which is the right progression if you're gonna have one with how they started it. So all in all, cool. MJF's funny as hell for getting a commercial break match his first time back on TV. So I'm looking forward to it. Rush should kill him, but that's just me.
Oh no, I agree 100%. I would love if Rush won this match. I will say they've done, considering Rush really wasn't on TV all that much before this MJF feud, they've done a really good job of heating him up for it. Like, because Max, he's Max, he can just come back to TV and throw him in a match. Like, people are going to be up for it no matter what. But like, they have done a really good job of establishing Rush ahead of next week. But Ayo, how did you feel about the segment and the match announcement?
I love this segment. I love this segment. It's one of my favorite things that MJF's done in a very, very, very long time. It was really heated. Mm-hmm. The fans were really into it. People say they don't like Rush playing into the foreign heel thing. But look, man, what did he really say? He said Americans are stupid. Americans are pretty stupid. And MJF as a character, he opened that door. He opened that door for Rush to be like, oh, that's how you feel about me. Well, fuck you and fuck America. And honestly, if a nigga is like dancing on the racist line with me, I'm gonna be like, shut the fuck up, cracker. Like, I'm gonna tell him shut his cracker ass up. So I feel like Rush did the right thing. You feel me? Stood up for the Raza. Could have went harder, but he didn't. But no, it was really good brawl. Really, when MJF like fired up in the middle of the crowd and the crowd stood up and was going crazy. That was a really cool visual. I'm really excited for this match now. They've made me excited for this match, bro. I'm a huge fan of both of them, bell to bell. Like when you tell me MJF's about to feud with somebody, I'm just like kind of side-eyed a little bit because I know it could go one of two ways. And it started rocky there a little bit, but this week he hit. I think it was a home run angle this week. I loved it.
Yeah. I will say about Rush these last 2 weeks, this is the best he's come across to me as a personality ever, to be honest. And I'll just say, I know everyone liked the whole LFI stuff. He is so much better than that. He does not need LFI whatsoever. Like, he's his own man. He was toe-to-toe with MJF on the mic. He came off great.
I disagree. I'm a factions merchant. Factions.
Hey
good.
Man, do what you do. I am too, but Rush personally, I don't really think he needs a faction.
I want everybody to have a faction. Baby faces, heels, jobbers, bro. That's like peak AEW to me, bro. Everybody had a faction.
Yeah.
Baby faces had a faction.
Yeah.
The heels had a faction. The jobbers had a faction. You had the wingmen out there just looking like.
I forgot about the wingmen.
I love the wingmen.
Ryan Nemeth out there with his fire ass theme, bro.
Jenny Drake in the suit,
bro. TK let the libs get to him. The libs were like actually factions bad because there was like barely any in WWE, and now everybody in WWE is in a faction. And people are like, oh my god, faction's good. Who's gonna join this? Who's gonna join that? Who's gonna join that? Which is just more evidence. TK, just stop listening to what people are saying. Well, weed out the good faith takes from the bad faith takes.
Yes,
because there are clearly
listen to people who actually watch the show.
Like what kind of criticism is that there's too many factions? Like, what does that even mean? It makes no sense.
Niggas can be friends. You know what I mean?
People have friends in real life, bro. Bad people have friends in real life. Good people have friends in real life. Losers have friends in real life. Like, that can reflect in wrestling, bro. Like, in an environment where people get beat up left and right, like, isn't that where like gangs would form typically?
Yes.
Like, so you would be like, yo, you and you have my back and I have your back. So it makes sense for there to be factions.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly. Like,
especially when in AEW where they have the trios belts as well. Like, they have belts literally for factions. Like, I don't know, man. The too many factions things dumb as hell to me, because then you end up just like faction adjacent and like people don't really know where they fit into the. It's stupid.
Stupid. People have friends. You can have factions. It's okay. Everyone can be in one. Maybe a handful of guys can stand alone and just beat the shit out of people by themselves. But people have friends. Factions are good. Who cares?
Indeed. Speaking of factions, we had the trios party match was up next, and I honestly don't know how to describe this other than this was a very PWG 6-man tag. And it was a lot of fun, and everyone got their shit off. And if I recall correctly, Kyle Fletcher got the pin in this. He pinned Mark Briscoe. I forget what the move's called. I know he hits a pile driver, but like that closing segment, everyone was just kind of hitting finishers. The only finisher we didn't see was the Jay Driller. And then, Kyle pinned Mark for the win. So I wonder what that means for the Ring of Honor belts. Both of them hold, but no one really acknowledges these days. But that aside, this was a really cool match. I really enjoyed it. And after the fact, Beretta immediately went after OC, because of course he did. And Willow's music hit to another huge pop for Willow Nightingale. But Chris Statlander had already gotten to her and threw her out onto the apron. And Stokely got on the mic and basically told her to stay out of their business, and then took selfies with her as she was laid out, which he then posted onto Twitter, which was a very good bit, honestly. But this match was great. I think this might have been my favourite match on the episode of Dynamite this week, to be honest. But Ao, how did you feel about this 6-man?
It was a lot of fun. A lot of people got to showcase their shit. Mark Briscoe proves that he can get over anywhere and anywhere. Kyle Fletcher looks good. Takeshita looks like somebody you could build an entire company around, like always.
Yeah.
I can't put over Takeshi's performance enough. Is there any chance that Jack Perry walks out of Forbidden Door without the TNT title?
I fully expect it.
I don't think so either. And even if they did, why would they put it on another heel? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get my hopes up for Takeshita winning. I don't think that's I think if there's any way Jack Perry gets screwed, it's gonna be a babyface situation. But you look at the baby faces that are in the match, it's not like they're pushed to the moon either. So yeah, he's definitely gonna win the TNT title, which I'm not against. I think Takeshi's just my number one choice. I think Jack Perry would be around tied for 2 with DG, but clearly they don't want DG in the TNT title picture right now. They don't want to dangle that in front of fans and take it away. That's why he's going after the internet. I think he's winning it though. I think I kind of see where they're going. I think DG ends up winning the TNT title, whether it be off Jungle Boy or be off MJF or be off someone. I think DG eventually wins the title.
He's not.
I think end of the year.
It's just not going to be right now this summer.
Yeah.
Well, what you say, Marcus?
Yeah. He's not been beating Osprey for it, but they're going to have that match. And the go home show for Forbidden Door is in Buffalo, so there is that.
Sure is.
Let's do it.
Fuck it.
Okay.
Oh, the match. Okay, so Kyle Fletcher pinned Mark Briscoe. I'm not sure where that's going, if it's going anywhere. It seems like Lee Johnson and Kyle Fletcher are gonna run back their singles match for the ROH TV title. I've only seen snippets on air, so I don't know. Maybe they do it on TV, but it looked like that's before Dishonored's coming up pretty soon. When is that? Do you know?
I know it's July because it's in Texas when they're doing that run of shows in the same arena. I think it's in the same place.
Yeah,
in
so
Arlington.
That's sneaking up. I don't know. Maybe they run Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher on TV, or maybe Mark Briscoe gets involved in the
July 26th.
Don Callis verse.
Yeah,
we gonna see. But I really enjoyed the match. It was a lot of fun.
Hey man, if Mark Briscoe is in the Don Callis verse, get that singles match with Takeshita ASAP pronto, please, because that's what I'm trying to see right now.
Run me that. And also, the best part of the match for me, OC and Kyle O'Reilly hit a high low. It looked really good.
They did hit a high low.
That was fire.
Yeah, that was fire. Also, and the result,
I was waiting for them to hit a Chasing the Dragon.
I needed that. I needed that. But nah, the result of Fletcher getting the pin, it was both great for Kyle, but also funny as hell because every time he's on Dynamite in a match, he's the job guy. No matter who it is.
2 out of 3 falls Kyle versus Lee. Was this announced, King of the North?
May have been. But no, good for Kyle because he actually
Ring of Honor is on today. So.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was you saying, Marcus?
I was say good for Kyle for getting a win on Dynamite finally. and it's against the world champion, Mark Briscoe. So good for him. Hopefully they get something out of that. But if not, good heat for the Callis family. The right heat. And it wasn't all about Don. So good step.
Yeah, they've been a lot better about that. That's a good thing to bring up, actually. They have been a lot better about getting heat on the actual wrestlers that should have the heat, rather than Don Callis just being a really heel manager. So props to them for that, because that was a major criticism this time last year when they were doing when they were building to Blood and Guts, actually, when Takeshita was in that match with the people he teamed with. BCC. Wow.
BCC. The people he teamed. That's what we doing?
Bro, I completely blanked on who else was in that match for a second, so it's nothing personal.
I think it's really easy to go like Don Callis sucks and stuff like that. And you know, maybe he's not the best person or not. I don't know what he's got going on in his personal life. But I feel like they've done a great job of getting the heat on the talent and stuff. Like they booed the shit out of Takeshita last night. I just feel they just need to be pushed to a level where it makes sense that like they get this much TV time. They got a lot of TV time, but then you look at their like, who have they beaten? Who do they beat? You know, like Takeshita beat Kenny twice. Well, like AEW programming kind of no-sold that themselves, so it doesn't. What does that really matter? And then every other big Takeshita match, he lose. He lost against Swerve. He lost against Billy. I'm not saying he should have won those matches, but there are people in the upper mid card that are just like, you could definitely, like, Takeshita could definitely be slotted there and get some.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they need to be more mindful of how they book these guys. And honestly, if you wanted to like do a trios one with Kyle, Takeshita, and Trent Brown, they could do some fun stuff with that. They've got plenty of plucky baby faces they could have trios matches against. So
yeah, let them talk like that or something. Who cares? Yeah,
exactly. Before we move on to the next segment, do we want to go through some super chats again, Ayo?
Yes, let's do that. Oh, please keep the super chats coming in. We appreciate y'all. Please hit the like button if you haven't yet. Subscribe, all that cool shit. Please. Oh, homie Anthony back $2 super chat. We appreciate you. Had to show support from our boys Marcus and AO. Hey, you sent another one in with the same shit. We appreciate you $5 super chat. Had to show support to my boys Marcus and AO. Marcus, go ahead and plug y'all podcast real quick.
Yeah, we got the Swamp Inside Florida Athletics is back tonight, actually, right after this podcast. So your boy pulling double duty tonight. So go ahead and over on the Twitter page at inside_swamp. We're gonna be streaming it over there. And also the Swamp Inside Florida Athletics YouTube channel. Y'all go hit that also.
There we go. Good shit. Wait, we still got more. Black Yakuza, $5 super chat. Willow got to be booked like the female equivalent to Oz. Who the fuck is Oz?
I think they meant to say OC because Oz, I think of the HBO shows. I don't think you want her booked like Oz.
Yeah. We're not doing that.
Yeah,
we're not doing the family that. Way. But OC, I would agree with. Madstan84, $2 super chat. It's wild that Omega Shingo has never happened. It's really unfortunate that, bro, Ghetto.
That never happened.
It's so crazy. They don't respect Shingo the way they should over there. It don't matter.
Bro, it drives me absolutely nuts.
When Omega was a heavyweight, bro, they brought in Shingo and they was like, yeah, you Dragon Gate, bitch. Join our junior heavy division.
Like it's a 40 junior.
It's so
really
dumb,
weird.
Bro. We will talk about Shingo in a little bit, though. So
yes, absolutely. Chi-Town Spurs, $2 super chat. Marcus, thoughts on Trevor Lawrence extension?
Yes, sir.
Bro, he's lying to you, bro. He doesn't mean any of this. He's lying to you.
I mean, this is great, man. My dogs, my contract locked up. My QB got his money. Big 16 for the shine this year, baby. We got this. Y'all can trash this year, man. We ready. Big TK, Shah Khan dropped the bags on him, man. 288 mil. Come on now. Quit playing with my boy. Quit playing.
Bro, Marcus, yesterday, you literally told us yesterday, you were like, yo, when this contract extension news hits, I'm running off of Twitter.
Yeah, but you know what? I lied. I see the numbers. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm right here. What's happening? Come say something. Come see about me. I'm good.
All this.
What's happening? 1 second. I don't know why our view count is jumping like crazy, but thanks for joining us, I guess. Please like and subscribe, and if you're hanging out. We have like 950 viewers right now.
We might have gotten bodied.
I think we've been bodied.
Probably.
But if any of you are real, please subscribe.
If you're real, please subscribe. If you botted us thinking it helps, please don't do that.
Yes.
It causes issues with the channel and shit. But if you're real, please like and subscribe. We appreciate you. Write a comment. I want you to comment, where do you think Joe Holbert is right now?
Yes.
Hey man,
is he smoking crack? Maybe not. You feel me?
Who knows? I don't know what goes on in those Essex streets.
Is he drinking syrup? Maybe not. You feel
me? Sharper than his knives? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Is he in the trap? Maybe not.
Most likely.
Oh,
if you're looking for Joe Holbert, the trap is the most likely of spots that you could find them. Let me see. Do we have any more super chats? We do. Honors the Sultan, $5 super chat. We appreciate you. Have DG and Takesha be champs at the same time, and I will stand up for AEW. How long till Jericho puts on that clan? Shit, bro. If his wife's Twitter is anything to go off of,
that's his weekend.
You're wearing it right now.
Coming soon. That's why he'll be going home.
Hey, that's why he be with Kelly and them.
Understandable. So many reasons, but I digress.
Moving on from that, we had a big run of segments, like backstage segments and some video packages. So I'm going to run through the next couple of bits. Renee was backstage with Ray Phoenix. He was warming up, and Renee was just kind of running down a conversation they'd had about how he knows, he knows how good Osprey is, and he knows the challenge he's coming up against. After that, Shingo Takagi announced that he will be entering the Owen Hart Cup this year. So we all know the match that needs to come out of this. I don't care how we get there, but if he is not facing Bryan Danielson on Forbidden Door in the Year of the Dragon, Tony Khan, you are a fraud.
I've done the math. I've done the math, bro. This nigga in the chat talking about Osprey, bro. There's 10 of those matches you could go watch right now.
Yeah,
anyway,
right.
I've done the math on Shingo versus Danielson, right? And Forbidden Door is what, June 30th?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Forbidden Door is June 30th. The G1 starts July 20th. So if you start the Owen like a week before the Forbidden Door, you get Shingo a win. Because I don't think you just job him out in the first round. I don't think that's right. Yeah. He's never openweight champion. He should definitely get a televised win, especially to get him over to people that maybe don't know what Shingo's about just yet. And then you let him and Danielson beat the shit out of each other. It'll probably be Danielson's last ever big pay-per-view win and shit, because he's obsessed with losing. No matter how long he stays around, he's just gonna come back and do these big matches and lose. I think he should go over here. I think he should win all the way up until the tournament finals.
Yeah.
On finals July 10th. I don't think he's not making the finals. I think Hangman Buckshot Lariats Bryan Danielson's head off into the 20th row. And I think that's what should happen.
It should be what happens. I don't know why people are so hell-bent on the fact that Bryan Danielson is winning the Owen Hart Cup tournament. He cuts this is my last big chance promo 6 times in a year. I don't know why you all keep falling for it. This is just Bryan Danielson's bit that he runs.
Yeah, we got some bad news for y'all.
It's
I appreciate, some people believe in Santa Claus. Some people believe in the Easter Bunny. Y'all still believe Bryan Danielson wants to be the world champion in 2024. I've got some bad news for you.
Don't be fooled.
It ain't happening, brother.
It ain't happening. But he might wrestle Shingo Takagi, so who am I to complain, really?
That I can see happening.
Yeah. It just makes sense. It is the perfect booking, honestly. After that, there was a Christopher Daniels backstage segment in which he announced that the EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson and Okada, respectively, will compete in a tag title and Continental Championship eliminator matches on the following Dynamite next week. and they haven't announced Okada's opponent yet, but it was announced that the Young Bucks will be facing the Acclaim next week on Dynamite later in the show. Yeah, made sense after the opening segment. I ain't really that surprised about it. I want to know who Okada's facing though.
Hey man,
Um,
I would give it somebody good, but seeing as the segment happened, you know, I'm gonna just keep that to myself.
kind of terrified
No,
it's gonna be
first of all, no.
kind of terrified it's gonna be a trios match at Forbidden Door. I rewatched that segment, and I'm not sure if Okada's getting an eliminator match, bro. Like, niggas might have just slipped up on their words.
Right. Okay.
I'm pretty sure he said the. Who knows?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. But Shota Umino did wrestle Rocky Romero on Rampage.
Yeah.
Presumably Shota won. I haven't looked at any spoilers, but I can't imagine a world where New Japan sends the heavyweight that they're pushing as the next ace to lose to a, you know, we respect Rocky Romero immensely around here, but nowadays on screen in kayfabe he's a junior heavyweight job guy. He wasn't even in Best of Super Juniors, so there's no way that Shooter's losing that match. But would New Japan really just send Shooter over here to lose to Okada when they literally employed Okada for the last decade plus, like 15 years, and you know, they could have ran that match if they wanted to, but they didn't.
Yeah. Also, if New Japan was actually smart, I don't think they run it on free TV either.
Yeah, I don't think they run it on free TV either. I feel like you would save that for a Forbidden Door, no matter who you want to win or lose. So I don't think that's gonna have title. I would make that a TNT ladder match qualifier and put Shooter in that match.
Yeah, that's what I kind of assumed they would do as well, to be honest. Maybe I misunderstood the promo. Maybe Okada isn't wrestling next week. I just kind of assumed. I would have to go back and watch the segment again.
We can only
We'll
pray.
see. Hopefully he doesn't have, you know. Yeah, I know what I mean.
Yeah, listen, we're not putting that into the I almost said into the internet, I guess. Into the universe is what I meant, but both apply. Next up on Dynamite, though, was Hook and Joe versus the Premier Athletes. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit tapped out of this match. I was dealing with some stuff. My dogs were acting up, as they tend to do sometimes. But I did see the finish, and the finish was very funny, and Mark Sterling got choked out by Shibata, which did pop me huge. So, Ayo, what did you think of the match? How did you think it was on Dynamite?
I like Tony Nese. I like Mark Sterling. Davari, you know, he's a vet in the business, respectable. Do I want to see them on TV in 2024? Not really. Not so much Tony Nese, but you know, if you could sell me on Josh Woods and Tony Nese tag teaming on Dynamite, having spot appearances on Dynamite, even like winning some matches on Collision, you could sell me on that. Tony Nese and Arya Davari though, that's kind of crazy. Where is Josh Woods, bro? I know we did this whole Josh Woods bit last bit. Like, where is he?
Like, where is he at?
Are you genuinely ready to?
Yeah,
he's nowhere to be found right now. It's kind of weird, but yeah, it was quick, inoffensive. I thought it was cool. The Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata, they have a really cool dynamic going on. I wouldn't mind them, like, I wouldn't mind those three officially becoming like a thing and not just something that, you know, AEW threw together because, well, we don't really have anything for them right now, but let's keep them involved. So I wouldn't mind them becoming an actual thing in AEW. I think Hook, I know Hook is at his best when he's like with Joe. Honestly, like, it doesn't really compare to anything else he's doing. Like when he's wrestling Joe or like even talking to Joe, just walking with Joe. This is Hook like at his best version that we could get right now. So let's keep riding this wave. Hopefully there's like a real mentorship in real life happening here so Hook can get better. I don't think Hook's good enough for how much he's on TV. I think he's a pretty decent act, but they kind of overexpose him in some areas. He talks way too much. Probably needs to get some acting lessons, honestly.
Probably.
But it's a lot of stuff that could be fixed with Hook's presentation. I think think Joe is a good mentor to have. It could help him a
Yeah.
lot with just how he like presents himself and just his aura and all that shit. So hopefully this ends well.
Yeah, I do agree. Marcus, how did you feel about the song?
I had a lot of fun with this. I can't lie, because like the whole lead up to it was basically just Hook and Joe like getting the drop on him from all the way from backstage, leading up into the tunnel, and Shibata recording like Collision.
Yeah.
And Joe and Hook just having whatever little conversation. Basically, old man talking to a Zoomer type of thing, which is actually very entertaining. It's like Hook hanging out with his crazy ass uncles on the weekend. With how they hang out with Joe and Shibata, and they just jumped the shit out of them, and they choked them out, got out of there. It's a fun dynamic, and this has been a thing for what, like 3 weeks now?
Yeah,
give or take. It's easily the best thing Hook has done since Team Taz, like by a country mile.
Yes,
like by a country mile. Like even like the little title program you had with Joe top of the year, that was really good, and we thought, Hook got better. Hook's on something. And then he just fell off the face of the earth and the whole learning tree stuff. But now we got back right with Uncle Samoa with Joe. He's doing his thing. He's hanging out in the background. They have a very Pulp Fiction, like Samuel L. Jackson, John Travolta dynamic when they have their conversations, which is very funny and very fitting. And if we're going to have them talk, that's probably the way to do it. It's fun. I didn't think this was going to be a thing, but they stumbled into something really cool. It's kind of an admission that Hook's not there yet on their part.
Yeah,
which that's fine. Just give him someone that he can bounce off of, like Joe.
He's a baby in the business. He's got time.
Exactly, like just got time, and Joe will get you right. Joe is pretty much a miracle worker at this point, except for Wardlow. But
no.
Well, the matches weren't great, but the pairing was awesome.
The thing was, it just kind of, it just made me seem like, damn, Wardlow really ain't like that. And Joe's the coolest man on the planet. Really but like they're two big men, so that's probably why it was.
Wardlow tried to go aura for aura with Joe and Wardlow's card.
Very unfortunate.
No, that shit was that revolution.
Yeah,
was crazy.
Yeah, tell me about it. Very brutal. But no, I am a fan of them, of Samoa Joe and Shibata basically just mentoring Hook, and Joe taking the lead on it and Shibata like doing his little bits as well. It's good TV. It's very funny, and it's probably going to help Hook in the long run. So I'm all for it, and I'd like to see him against some real teams as well. Like I know nothing against the Premier athletes; they are good workers, like they're solid workers or whatever. But like, come on, man, there's a lot of trios in this company. So
and they did some like trio stuff on the low on the show quite a bit too.
Yeah,
so
there was trio stuff on trio stuff on trio stuff on this Dynamite. Like we'll get to some of that a little bit. But next up was a Stephanie Vakir video package in response to the Mercedes one from last week, hyping up their match for Forbidden Door again. And honestly, my only complaint with this video package and the Shingo one is if you're gonna put subtitles on anyways, just let them cut the video package in their native tongue. Like if I'm already reading subtitles, let them talk their language.
Just let them talk their language. It comes off cooler like that too. I will say though, with Vicaris, it came off more threatening because the translation was so literal. So I was fine with it. But yeah, just let her talk in Spanish and let Shingo talk in Japanese if we're just gonna have subtitles.
It's like people know who these talents are now. Like regular viewers, they know who the talents are. You're already putting the subtitles on. Like, just let them be them full selves on TV. That's like a very minor nitpick, but other than that, video package was very cool, and good placing on the show because we went straight into Mercedes Moné versus someone help me with the pronunciation because I could not pick it up from commentary last week. Zukies, I think that's what it was. Who I didn't know, but is actually Stephanie Vakir's tag partner in CMLL. So good little bit in that. Are they? I didn't know that bit. I learned that they were tag partners yesterday. Apparently they're tag team champions. Great for them. Love that. This is good booking. This is how you should build to pay-per-views like this. But this match was really cool because of not only did Mercedes have another great performance, which she has been building up since she wrestled her first match back at Double or Nothing, but she got to show out a different style as well, and like it felt like a little preview of the Vakir match we'll get at Forbidden Door. But I'd never seen Zukies wrestle before, And she kind of blew me out the water. I was just like, damn, this woman is really fucking cool. And
She's
like, she
physical
kind
as
of,
hell.
she is physical. She was really bringing it to Mercedes, and Mercedes sells, like, she is a world-class seller when it comes to situations like this. But the finisher as well, where she did like the I don't know what the move is called, but like she rolled over her and then hit the moneymaker for the winner. That looked really fucking sick. But yeah, I love this match. I thought it was a great showing for the women. I wish they got a little bit more time, but that is the story of every women's match on Dynamite. Sometimes it feels like so. But Marcus, how did you feel about this? What was your thoughts on this one?
Oh, several things. One, again, this is exactly why you pay Mercedes Moné the money that she's getting paid to have matches on Dynamite. It's like it's an Osprey effect where you know exactly what's going to happen when she's out there. The crowd's going to be alive. They're going to go insane in the ring. They're going to show you this is why you watch AEW. This is why you watch them. You tune into them to watch them have the best matches on the show. And she's 3 for 3 so far, which I'm very glad about. Like with the injury, you didn't know how she was going to look, but she's got the fastball still. So that's awesome. And 2, with Zukies, I didn't know Zukies from Zeus Network, to be honest. But
I'm crying.
This is the first time I've ever actually seen her wrestle, but she is so goddamn physical. Like
you thought she was gonna be on Baddies, bro?
Relax. I ain't even like that.
You thought she was gonna be on Baddies?
Relax.
Fighting for Sean Rocky and
shit. But nah, and on the real though, like she's physical as hell. She brought it. Mercedes doing the spot on the table where she jumped on the table and did the arm drag. That was sick.
Yeah, that was gas.
And that was basically her just saying, hey man, it's been a minute since I got to do lucha stuff. I'm gonna show y'all some. It's a little preview from our wrestle Stephanie, which that match is gonna be awesome. The first match they did, what was the show called? I forgot what it was called when she wrestled Stephanie the first time.
Resurgence.
Yeah, yeah. That match was great. I didn't know who the hell Stephanie Becerra was, but she came off as a superstar, and she's so much better right now. Mercedes at the top of her game too. This is gonna be a life-changing match for her, for Stephanie. Like the first one was, in that it put her on the map and like, oh, who's this? Stephanie Becerra. She's pretty good. To now wrestling on Forbidden Door, a major American promotion, an American TV pay-per-view, where it's like, oh shit, this woman is off the charts. Like this might be the best match of the entire show. Like this is gonna be great.
Wait. Jeff Hardy's set to return to TNA this weekend.
Oh, bro! Yeah, his contract's up. Had you guys saw it? Oh, I saw this before we went live. Like we literally spoke about this. We spoke about this a couple of months ago. I was just like, Matt Hardy's literally just waiting for Jeff's contract to be up so they can go back to WWE. I didn't expect that they would go to TNA.
No, because like, see, I see where you're going there, but I don't think like no promoter in 2024 can be in a rush to throw Matt and Jeff Hardy on television because first of all, they keep showing that they have an ego. First of all, I love the Hardy Boys. Like they've done a lot for my wrestling fandom. But like they've clearly shown that they have an ego, right? And they want to get their shit in. And getting your shit in is fine as a performer, but you're both 50 years old, bro, and you're both broken down. And Jeff Hardy's still racking up DUI arrests. And like people can't even be like, yo, it was just one mistake. Because they said he was driving for the last 2 years with a suspended license. And then you're driving for the last 2 years with a suspended license, illegally leasing cars with a suspended license, and then you know your shit's suspended, and you drive drunk on top of that. Like this, like you can't bring that guy in the fold. I don't think if you're WWE or even AEW, bro. Like, so I don't think they're in a rush to bring them back in a wrestling. In a wrestling is
the other part. They almost got the tag titles.
Okay, no. Yeah, no. You froze for me. But they almost got the tag titles. But like they go back to WWE. What do you do with them, bro? You can't push them. And like what tag team are they gonna put over? They're gonna put over the Street Profits? Like who's the bro? Hunter's de-emphasized the shit out of the Street Profits. There's no young star tag team that you're like, yo, I gotta see the Hardys work these kids. I gotta see them pass the torch. It just doesn't exist in WWE, bro. So yeah, they're going to NXT. They're probably going to stay in NXT, honestly. Yeah, I love them both, but it's over. The next time
Mhm.
when we hear them talking about, oh, we signed a WWE contract, it'll be a Legends deal,
Legends still, yeah.
toys,
Yep.
video
Hall of Fame.
games, and Hall of Fame. That's the next time they sign.
They gonna be working Gallus on NXT?
I
Dallas
just
is
don't
crazy.
think that Triple H can resist the Hardy Boys pop, because you hit that music and the crowd's gonna go fucking crazy for it. I don't think he can resist that.
Yo,
Like,
the
Jeff Hardy-
discourse online would be so nasty about
It'd
Jeff
be
Hardy,
fucking
and
disgusting.
the Hardy Boys going back to, oh my god, all Elite Wrestling's dead now. The Hardys are home. Like, do you
Yeah.
actually care about the Hardy Boys that much? What were we talking? Oh, we were talking about Mercedes. It's back
Yes,
on topic.
Mercedes
Do you have
versus
anything left to say, Marcus?
Nah, I'm pretty much wrapped up.
All right. Well, I really like the match.
Mhm.
I really like the match. It's really cool every time you get to see Sasha. Oh my god. Kill me.
Whoa.
Mercedes
Whoa.
Monet dip into her luchadora bag. She did a lot of cool shit. That step up arm drag was fire. The Manami roll into the money maker was gas.
That's what it's called. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out to the GOAT, Toyota Manami.
Mhm.
That was really cool. People don't like that move, the money maker. And I don't know how much of it is just like bad faith, like, oh, everything Mercedes does is ass, and how much it is of people that just not liking it. But I like it. I like it a lot,
I like
bro.
it.
I like it.
It's
It
like,
gets dicey when you're wrestling bigger opponents, but it's a fine
Yeah.
finisher.
Bro, like it's gory special into a DDT. It's gas, bro.
She's slamming heads into the mat. Of course, that's gonna put someone down for a free count.
And you're spinning someone into the mat while you're doing it. So like,
Yeah.
Come on, bro. This is just unnecessary. Ayo had
This is just not true.
Come on, bro.
Slip of the
bro.
tongue. It happens.
People
It happens.
don't
We were
believe
literally
me.
just talking about WWE. Like, come on.
Yeah, Mercedes
bro.
has been one of my goats forever, bro. So I am very used to calling her by her
Indeed.
slave name. I said it, but she's been freed. The shackles have been cast aside. We here. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, but yeah, fun match. It was really cool to see Zukies get her shit in on national TV. She has a really fun moveset. I hope we get to see her making sporadic visits in the future. Maybe some collision matches here and there. She was a fun act, bro.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
If
it.
Stephanie Vaquer and Mercedes have the type of match that I think they're gonna have, I don't see Stephanie lasting in CMLL much longer.
Nah, bro, that bag going up.
She, like, her presence. I talked about this. Who did I record? When I recorded with Lyric the other day, that podcast is out. You guys should go check it out. We did a Forbidden Door preview. We were talking about like Stephanie's like stage presence and that. She is made for national TV, bro. Like the way she captures a room with her aura, like seeing her, like the way she captured York Hall in Bethnal Green for a Rev Pro CMLL show. Like half the people there didn't know who the fuck she was when she walked out. But they all fucking did when she left though, because she is just like, I don't ever know another word for it. She's such a captivating performer. And you put her in the ring against Mercedes Moné, that's going to be the best match on the show. Like, I don't think there's two ways about it. I think they're absolutely going to steal the show at Forbidden Door. And I want to say real quick, the crowd last night, there was like some very loud kids like at the front, and they were just chanting for Mercedes the entire match. And it was the sweetest thing ever, because that is what wrestling's all about, man. Like, I love when things like that happen. It's so sweet. But yeah, Stephanie Vaquer, man. Crazy.
Wrestling's for the kids, man. Like, my brother does it all the time when Swerve comes out when we go to shows. Like, I just light up and shit like that. But yeah,
don't let Ebu catch him doing it. He's gonna be wondering why he's not screaming his clobbering time.
Nah, this man really
watching old punk matches on Peacock.
Right, this man had trying to make him watch Super World of Sport. He's 12.
Bro, that nigga was like, yo, you gotta get that little nigga up onto some Crockett. Like, come on, bro. Don't make us call the proper authorities on you.
Right. He said, you know what, bro? You gotta let little bro watch Smoky Mountain.
Go.
Real wrestler.
Yeah, so Cornette can call him a net. I almost said the hard R. But I lecture Evu by saying the hard R on air, bro. And it almost happened. It almost happened, but I'm not a dumbass like he is. So I caught myself.
Exactly, brother.
Like that's just talk we'll keep in the DMs, right, Chuck? Like when we got Chuck, when we gotta get the hard R off, we just say it in the DMs. Facts, Charlie.
Yeah, ain't that right?
I ain't saying nothing in the DMs.
Like all three of us, bro, just getting it off left and right.
Hey man, we was talking.
Crazy.
We was on the live watching on one time, and you had the white hood on fully up.
That was crazy. That was a crazy visual. I remember that. I was just like, I should not be sat like this. I was just comfy and cozy in my Despy hoodie, and then I looked at myself on screen. I was just like, damn, that looks fucking crazy.
Bro, I was like, yo, Charlie's trying to give us some subliminal messages right now. This is crazy.
And we were talking about like because the UK was playing Jamaica in soccer that day too. He was talking crazy. He was looking crazy. It wasn't clean what you said, Chuck.
Dear, oh dear. I do not support those things. I would like to make that very clear. Fuck's sake, that is not what I meant. That is not what I meant. Anyways, next segment, Toni Storm was backstage. No, she wasn't. I mean, she was. But before that, they played the Mina Shirakawa video package again, the one that went a little bit viral on Twitter for a couple of reasons, but they played that again on Dynamite. And then Toni Storm was backstage with Mariah and Renee Paquette. And Mariah told Toni that Mina is back next week and she wants a contract signing for their upcoming match at Forbidden Door. And it was also announced that Toni Storm was having a singles match against Alex Windsor on Rampage. So I'm excited to see how that looks. Alex she's been on a bit of a roll since she came back from injuries. Like, she looked a little bit rough when she came back, but I'm excited for her. She's been getting some bookings over in the US, so we shall see how soon it takes for that contract to land, because I don't think it will be long, really. But yeah, not too much to talk about here, but how are you guys feeling about the build between Mina, Toni, and Mariah so far, and this little segment of stuff?
Oh, I love it. It's entertaining as hell to me. One, the match is going to be great because Toni's been on a run of really good matches lately. Mm-hmm. And Mina, like, her story from being like legitimately maybe the worst wrestler on the starting roster to being really, really good and being really engaging as a character, no matter where she is, like, it's pretty remarkable. And also the Mariah element of it, with days with Club Venus back in Japan to now the whole Toni thing, and now she's in the Owen. What side she's going to be on? Like, it's pretty entertaining television, and I'm really excited for the match.
Yeah, good shit. What about you, Ayo? How are you feeling about all this?
I'm excited. The Alex Windsor match, I'm not the biggest Windsor fan, but I feel like she's had good showings as of late when I've watched her. I know she took a lot of time off.
Yeah, she blew out her knee.
How long was she gone from the scene? Wasn't it like 4 or 5 years or some shit like that?
I'm trying to think. She came back at some point last year, but like that kept getting delayed because she kept having issues with her knees. I think she was out for like at least 18 months. Like, she was gone for a while from wrestling.
Good lord.
Yeah, so she's back getting her reps. I feel like she's getting better. I don't think it'd be any harm to like fly her out to TV every week and have her on like as a Ring of Honor regular. If anything, just to keep Billy happy. I mean, I think she's a good worker on her own right. Like, I was really down on her at one point, but she showed me she's proven me wrong the last couple of times. So I hope she has a good showing with Toni Storm. The Mina match is gonna be great. I've long been a Mina believer. Even when all the star drones were calling for Mina's head, saying she couldn't work, calling her an idol, I stood by my woman and said that we will reach the top of the mountain. And we haven't gotten the red belt yet, but we have gotten that white motherfucker. And the red belt might be coming soon. You never know, bro. Micah sucks. So why not Mina? Unless TK signs her away first. But I really feel like this is actually gonna blow people away with how good it is. Clearly someone sat Toni Storm down and was like, just wrestle. Like in the match, like get all your shit off in your vignettes and your run-ins and all that other stuff. But like when it's wrestling time. Just wrestle. Like, cut down the bits. Stop all the timeless Toni shit. Like, be the work rate girl that we know you to be. And then I think it's worked. Like, her matches have definitely like done a complete 180. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. I don't want to talk about the next segment yet. So, do you want to look at some super chats?
We will. Let's look at some super chats. Phantom FTW, $2 super chat. We appreciate you. Apart from Willow, last year's Owen winners sucked. I agree, bro. I agree.
Y'all remember
building the Owen just to stroke CM Punk and Ricky Stark's ego is disgusting, bro. Like, they literally they made it like a collision thing. Clearly, like it was and the Owen match sucked, bro. It was really bad. Like I'm not even like, Punk bad. I'm not Punk batting or Ricky batting right now. The Owen match sucked, and CM Punk fans said it sucked at the time, but now that he's gone, they can't admit that it was bad, and now they're just like, oh, it was great, and they like think that Ricky Starks is the second coming of Punk for whatever reason.
Ricky almost brained himself on the
Bro, the best thing to come out of the men's Owen last year was the fact that Kojima was like the most over man in the building against CM Punk. So
yeah, that was
the
funny.
Joe Roddy angle was cool.
I didn't like that match though. But yeah, this year's Owen, bro. We got Pat. We got the dragon. We got the American dragon. We got two dragons. And
we got two dragons.
Two dragons and a
two dragons and a bastard. What else do you need?
Hangman Page is definitely gonna be there.
Two dragons, a bastard, and a cowboy.
So who else do we think is coming?
Ooh, how many people are in the Owen usually? 8?
I don't think yes, usually 8, but hopefully they expanded it this year.
Yeah, because it's such an important tournament this year. You might as well put more people in.
I
got Roddy because why the fuck not?
Pac, Shingo, Brian, assuming Hangman. I would go for Roddy. I would like to see Roddy in it. So
Soup.
Roddy would be. You said Soup? That would be gas.
I'll put him in there because why the hell not?
Yeah,
I'll put him in there too.
That's 6.
Takeshi versus Danielson semifinal? No. Oh wait, hold on.
Hey man, walk with us.
I keep seeing people online saying that Osprey's going to be in it. I don't think so.
Osprey's not going to be in that tournament, bro. It doesn't make much sense because he's not winning it. He's not winning it, and they're not going to beat him again before All In. And then who knows what he does All In? I think they're trending. I don't know. Who knows what he does during All In? But will he win? Will he lose? I don't know. But he's not going to win the All In. So
no. Trying to think.
Who else?
Who? I'd like to see. I know this means that it would be learning tree, Jason, but I'd like to see Brian Keith get an opportunity in something like
That'd
this.
Be cool, even if it was just a first round. Like if he has just a really good first round match and a loss,
like Brian Keith versus Pac. I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm there.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'll take all day, every day.
Okay, Kurto, 50 sec. Greetings, love this episode. Can't wait for the Forbidden Door card, and the Owen will be great for both women and men. Sending love to you all. Hey, we appreciate you, bro.
Thank you.
Appreciate that a lot.
Appreciate you, bro.
The women's one ship up as well.
Rossi, $5 super chat. Hello, Marcus. Yes, I got your email, and yes, I would love to have you come out to our next show. Paul Levesque will send a plane for you. Mary Gold X Marcus. What's going on here?
Listen. First of all, this email was meant for
Eden.
This is meant for Eden, first and foremost, most likely.
Bro, it very clearly says. It very clearly. I'm not wearing. Mind you, I'm not wearing my glasses. But Chuck is. So if I'm wrong here, don't feel free to step in and help me out. All right, Charlie. I believe the first thing Rossi said was, "Hello, Marcus."
I can confirm this is what it says.
We don't all look alike, so this is a mistake. I done told you 100,000 times, including on this show, I'm keeping the family away from Mary OVO.
Bro, I get what you're doing right now. You're trying to focus Rossi on the DL, on the down low.
Come on, man. You know I don't do that. I keep it blood raw with y'all.
Many
Marcus became private and Marcus started moving mad.
This is simply not true. Hell, first of all, I didn't wear a white hood on the show, so I don't want to hear nothing from you, Chuck. with
D
3Ks.
Money with a $10 super chat. We appreciate you, bro. Happy to see the OG and Purist 3 back together. Hey, we're reviewing Top Dollar's latest rap soon. Don't worry about it.
We
Oh
black
my god.
fans.
Does he even do those anymore, bro? Like he's
I don't
blocked
think
me.
so.
He
I don't
blocked
think
the
so.
Fortune 4 account. It's unfortunate. I don't know why he would do that to me. All right,
I'll be
Chuck, we're
seeing
ready
his
to continue with this show.
Yes, we are ready to get back into Dynamite, and the next segment up is the Learning Tree segment, which, as much as I do my bits about it, I don't think it was all that bad this week. I'm not buying into the gimmick. I still cannot stand this Jericho stuff, but Private Pie came out of it looking pretty good. It opened up with they call Big Bill the Redwood now, which is okay, I guess. He's very tall, so they had to give... Oh, because of the Learning Tree. No, never mind, I understand it now. That is literally just clogged as I was saying.
Most of the women discovers what a redwood
There's
tree is.
no way. Chuck, they leaned into it so hard on that first segment.
Oh, man.
So hard.
I don't... What you've got to know is I skipped most of them. But I knew at this point that I was hosting, so I actually had to pay attention. So...
And then, though, like, Chuck, it's called the Learning Tree, and he's a big man, and redwood trees are huge. So you gotta
I've
put
never
two
claimed to be smart. I've never claimed to be smart. So please forgive me that the segments that I don't care about, I miss something very often. Anyways, they opened up with him doing his bits, and then Jericho came out, and I don't know what he said. I didn't make any notes on what Jericho said. He was spouting off a bunch of shit, and then he invited Private Party out, and he was talking about how they're great, but they don't really win anything, and their form of climbing the top rope isn't great or whatever. Like, and I think it was Isaiah was just like, show us how to do it then. So Jericho went to the top rope, and they just pushed him off that bitch. And I was like, I respect that. That is a good way to approach this. Isaiah Cassidy hit the senton, then Mark Quinn hit a moonsault, I believe.
Shooting star press.
Shooting star press. I knew it was something. And Private Party came out of this looking pretty cool. And if they do the Big Bill versus Brian Keith match, I would fuck with that. I don't need to see Jericho in the match.
Who versus who?
But yeah, Big Bill and Brian Keith versus Private Party.
Okay, because you said Big Bill versus Brian Keith.
You did.
I was like, wait, this is Learning Tree.
This is a fan segment for you, Chuck.
Because I skipped everything until Private Party came out.
Fairs.
And
I'm fantasy booking the Learning Tree imploding. Let's be real.
Kind of beast.
I can't lie.
So I skipped everything up until Private Party came out. Because I didn't want to watch the segment, but I love Private Party, big Private Party merchants.
Yes.
You know, just a whole lot of Brooklyn shit going on. They got a great reaction. The climbing the rope stuff was kind of dragged out, I think. But I don't know. They got their babyface pops. If we get a match out of it, if we get the Bad Apple and Redwood Paws versus Private Party, I'm here for it, bro. I'm here for it. Jericho's gonna be on commentary, which would be unfortunate. But I want to see these guys wrestle each other. I want to see these four wrestle each other. It'll be a good match. It'll be a lot of fun. So let's do it.
Yeah, so like this is the best out of all the Learning Tree segments. This is the best that they've come off by a country mile. Because the end result was exactly how it should have been. Jericho being delusional and just saying some things are funny as hell. Other things it's like, all right, bro, shut up, old man. And then Private Party coming out, outsmarting him, beating the shit out of him and the rest of the group, and standing tall. I will give props to Jericho here. The way he bumped on that top turnbuckle when he got tripped up was crazy. Like, that was a crazy ass bump. So I give him that. And once again, Mark Quinn has probably the best shooting star press in the business, bro. That shit is beautiful.
That shit is gorgeous. You know, I just remembered something, and now I'm scared.
Oh no!
Chris Jericho said Owen Hart's name like 2 or 3 times in that segment.
He did.
Is the Learning Tree throwing his hat into the ring and going the Owen?
Probably. I mean, Canadian, former world champion. It is what it is.
Oh, brother!
You just want Brian Keith. That's what I want.
I was like, you know damn well Brian Keith ain't give me no damn Owen. Come on now.
Make it Danielson's like first match. I feel that's the best way to make it like inoffensive. Just
Yeah,
like give
and
him
even though
Danielson.
I have PTSD from the All Out match, unfortunately. So there's that.
That's an unfortunate thought.
All right. What's next, Chuck?
Anywho.
Next up, we had a couple more video package backstage segments again. We had the Naito Moxley video package. Not too much to say on this one other than they did a good job recapping what happened at Dominion. I think it was Dominion. And hyping up the match that was made official for Forbidden Door. I do want to ask real quick. We'll probably do a preview show for Forbidden Door anyways. But you think Naito's winning the belt back here?
Yes.
Absolutely. John Moxley's not beating Naito twice.
I'm glad we all agree.
Do I think this is the best spot or even the best person? I'm a Naito merchant, mind you. I'm a LIJ merchant. Look at my Twitter banner. It's literally LIJ. Do I think this is the most inspired booking? Not really. Sometimes when bookers are like, yo, I'm gonna let my guy be your guy, and that guy could be my guy later down the road. It's not really. I don't think that should be like the default thought process all the time. I feel like I get it. Naito is by far the biggest star in New Japan that they have right now. But I feel like that title in New Japan will be more self-served if you make another star. Naito's not gonna get more over. He's the most over wrestler in Japan. So like he's a made man, he's a Hall of Famer in every Hall of Fame that's gonna that he could be a part of. I would do something cool with Shooter. I would crown him eventually, but I get it. I think Mox has already tied the number of successful V5 defenses. So yeah, they weren't gonna give him that either, because Japanese wrestling they care a lot more about title defenses than American wrestling do. American wrestling is all about the days. Japanese wrestling, they're like, oh, so and so had XYZ amount of successful title defenses, and Mox is tied the most for the IWGP World Heavyweight. So they're not gonna give him that record. So especially not beating Naito twice, he's definitely dropping it, in my opinion.
Indeed.
My only thing is, what do you do after that?
With who? With Naito or with Mox?
With Naito, I don't know.
I hope he's not in the G1 this year, because like as much as I love Naito and I do love watching him wrestle, bro, it's quite, they've condensed it down again, which means it's going to be more matches in the time span. He doesn't need to be doing all of that and be the world champion.
With the tournament, there's a really cool story you could tell with someone beating him and he didn't even qualify.
Yeah.
And then them running it back down later, the road. I don't know who you would have beat him. I don't know, Shingo, and they could have a match.
That'd be nice. Or either Suzy getting his win back.
Shingo's over as hell too, bro. Like New Japan fans would get behind Shingo. Shingo beat Naito and got into.
Too bad the offense won.
Yeah.
And they love their LIJ into faction story stuff. So
it's the best thing in the company most of the time domestically is LIJ lore.
To be fair, yeah, it carried about 6 months of the year last year. So
yeah, that's why the Sonata match worked.
Evil was involved.
Yeah, even like the Sonata match.
Simon said IWGP champ is always in the G1. Oh, absolutely, they're always in the G1. But there's a couple outs this year with it only being 20 people, and also with the mini tournament, the qualifying shit that they have going on. Wait, is it 20 qualifying matches or 18 people being announced in 2 qualifying
18
matches?
people being announced in 2 qualifying matches.
They're announced this weekend.
Yeah, they're not gonna tell the world champ to be one of the people to qualify. All right, but it's being announced before Forbidden Door.
Yeah, this weekend actually.
Yeah, this weekend.
Oh shit!
So
yeah, because they have a show.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
We'll see.
Are we expecting? But yeah, I think it'll be good. I say this every year, but they fixed all the Tongans are gone. all the Tongans are gone. They cut down the field. They raised it back to 30 minutes, which the 30 minutes were an issue when it was 30 people and 30 something people in the tournament, and it was full of Tongans and it was full of Chase Owens and people of that ilk. Chase Owens is still around, unfortunately. Bullet Clubless, Oralist, El Phantasmo is still around, unfortunately.
Oh, but, come on, man.
Look, bro. Look, I love ELP. I loved him when he was in Bullet Club. But this Guerrillas of Destiny ELP, this is a severe lack of aura.
He's free. They've all left. It's just him.
And now what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? Do a tie, bro? That's not good either.
Fucking no. Run back his feud with Shingo. That was good shit.
Sure.
We'll see.
Let me love ELP in peace, man.
Look, man. When he was pretending to be the Bucks, slightly mentally there for it, bro. I loved it. Mm-hmm. But
he should link up with Bang Bang Gang.
I literally thought that was what's gonna happen. Like when they kicked him out of Bullet Club.
Yeah, so did I. Thought it was
like, I don't know. Like they were making it seem like he was leaving the territory. Like they were making it seem like he was out of there. But
we'll revisit this conversation in 6 months if rumors are to be believed about certain people's contracts. We'll see what happens. Speaking of,
I'm not even. Never mind. Go ahead.
We'll talk about it after. Speaking of the Bang Bang Gang, though, the Guns and Juice Robinson had quite the promo segment after that video package where they talked about how we were coming up to the year anniversary of Collision, which is fucking crazy, by the way, that it's already been a year. And they laid out a challenge for the House of Black on Collision this coming Saturday, and that match was made official later in the show. So that should be good. I think that'll be a good time. Juice Robinson is obviously the star of the show always when they're cutting promos like this. But the Gun Brothers, man, they have really come leaps and bounds in their presentation over this past year that they've been in Bullet Club. So I really enjoyed this segment. Ayo, how did you feel about this?
It was really good shit. I really enjoyed the Guns as television characters. They're still not there as workers, which is unfortunate. But they are getting better. But they have become really good TV characters. Juice Robinson, like the way he just elevates the Bullet Club gold, like just by being around and just being crazy in the background, like it can't be understated. He's been missed dearly.
Yes.
I don't know if this has been reported by anyone, but fuck it, it's the truth. Jay White's got some visa shit going on right now.
Right.
So he's expected to be back relatively soon, but until then, it's just gonna be the three of them. I thought he was a U.S. citizen now. Like I thought. They're calling themselves 3/4 of the They're calling themselves 3/4 of the trio champions now, which is hilarious. But I was told during the pandemic, Jay White was becoming a U.S. citizen, and that was all taken care of. So I'm not sure why he's got like visa stuff going on right now. Clearly that wasn't true. But yeah, Jay will be back soon. That's why Card Blade is back. That's why Card Blade was resurrected by the Dragon Balls. But yeah, I like that they're freebirding this thing.
Yeah. If it's gonna make
some singles gold. I don't know if Jay White's gonna win any singles titles in the near future. Just because, just like what? So what are you gonna put on him? Like are you gonna run Okada Jay White? I don't think you should run that yet.
Please don't. Please don't.
The people that are interested in that just got it, and I don't. With the way that Jay White does offense, the way that Jay White structures his matches, I just don't think that Okada's like the most naturally suitable opponent for him nowadays.
Yes.
Especially now for TV wrestling. Not as patient as as the Puro crowds to wait for them to really like get into their shit and do all these like amazing closing sequences where it's counter. Like he's trying to find a million different ways to hit Okada with the Blade Runner. But until then, it's a lot of like holding each other and shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. It's a good segment. I liked it. World Club Gold good again.
Yeah.
Indeed.
The Juice Robinson was to me by far the best thing about that entire group. Just his charisma, and he just jumps off the page every time he's on TV. I gotta wonder, bro, what do him and Toni Storm be talking about at dinner? Like, what do they be doing?
Bro, I feel like they should be like barking at each other and shit.
They're like, bro, they're just two zany ass people, and they just come up with the most off the wall shit on TV, and it's awesome. But nah, like, them three business is great. Like, Juice and the Gun should be the trio, and Jay should go after single stuff. Like, that should be the structure.
I think that was what it was going to be originally, anyways. But obviously, Juice had to take time off because of his back injury. So
what happens there? Because they're just like, oh, MJF killed Juice with a TV, and it was just like, oh, okay, that was like the go home angle to the MJF Switchblade match, and then like the next day they were actually like, yo, Juice Robinson is actually dead, and his back had to be fused at every vertebrae, and he'll never walk again. I was like, what the fuck? Like, where did this come from? Like, how did this happen?
I think it was just one of those injuries that he was like kind of working through, and then it got like tweaked to a bad. It was just like, oh shit, I actually have to go take care of this now. So
he said, I gotta get off the road right quick. Hold up, on some Dex Hardwood shit.
This is a PSA to all wrestlers: take care of your injuries before they get to the point where you have to be off TV for months. It's really annoying how often this is happening in wrestling, bro. There's so many people in these companies.
I remember a Trent story where Trent was like, his neck was really bad and he needed surgery, but like he needed it to get he was taking high angle bumps on purpose. This was in New Japan, so it would get even worse. So New Japan would have to pay for the surgery. And I'm like, you guys are crazy. Like, you're taking these bumps hoping that it like fractures your neck even more, like ruins your neck even more and stuff. I was just like, yo, y'all are insane, bro. Like, what the fuck?
It's like, bro,
that's a different breed.
Like, nobody wants to see Dex Harwood waddle around for several weeks at a time, struggling to get through matches. Some of them are very good. I'll give him his credit. But dude, he was looking crazy.
That Dex Harwood story is crazy, bro, because it just reminds you, like, even with like Kenny and stuff like that, or even like Punk. And I just know I named two people in Dax and Punk that I'm not really fond of, but it's just like, bro, he's talking about like the ladder pile driver might like put him on the shelf for like a year because he might need like surgery on a hematoma that's like the size of a football on his back. And it's crazy because it looked like a pretty routine ladder bump, and then Punk literally just took a DDT and his arm exploded, which I'm not sure how that works, but you know, you never know. Which makes like the Iron Men and women in wrestling just do like match after match after match after match, crazy bump after crazy bump after crazy bump after crazy bump. Like, look at what Mox has done in his career. Like, how often has Mox been out with injury? Not often.
No,
if it's not a concussion, I can't recall an injury he's been out with. Like,
the staph infection, like early in 2019. But other than that,
oh yeah, bro, like,
and then rehab. Injuries, no.
It's like, it is crazy. Like, you see these wrestlers do all this crazy shit, and then someone like a Chris Statlander gets in, like, blows any out running across the ring. Like, you never know when it's
that was happen. Crazy. I literally like, watched that live too.
Yeah.
And then her knee was just like.
Ugh,
I'm just glad she can still like function in the ring, like because
people do not talk about this enough. How good Chris Statlander is for someone that blew out both of her ACLs in like a 3-year period. It's
not even like nuts. It's not even like first someone who blew out both of them because she's like best of the world level, and she's just so happened that she blew out both of her ACLs, which is crazy.
Yeah,
and she
but
comes back.
She came back and she's still doing what she does. Like,
bro, she came back with those 2 big ass knee braces and immediately did a 450 splash in her first match back. I'm like, bro, this woman is literally a cyborg, bro.
That more than a woman shit is very true.
More than a woman, indeed.
And then Adam Cole, and I'm not making fun of him because this isn't his fault. He like jumps off like a moderately not high ramp,
like
and his
3.5 feet.
Explodes. Yeah, his leg just explodes, and he's gonna be out for a year because he did a bunny hop off of a ramp. Like wrestling,
it like literally like blew up the creative plans for everyone.
Yeah,
like that's nuts.
It's mad. We got well off the beaten path there, but
oh yeah, all right, let's go back to the pod.
I don't know. We were talking about Juice Robinson. Yeah, they're facing House of Black on Saturday. I'm sure it will be a decent match. Malachi Black ain't taking the pin. That's all I know. Next up, we had Daniel Garcia versus Nick Comoroto, which is very funny for people that don't watch Ring of Honor because Nick Comoroto hasn't been on TV for 2 years, and now he looks like they've just taken a guy out of the 80s and put him in a ring in 2024. It is a hilarious visual to me. But Danny got the win here because, of course, he did. He's back to just wearing the black trunks, which I think is his best look personally. He hit. What's his finisher called now? He's doing the thing again.
Red Cross.
That one, thank you. I always forget. I thought it was the bloody cross. I was just like, that doesn't quite sound
right.
Yeah,
that's the name of the move.
Right.
The name of the move is the bloody cross, but since he's Red Death, he's changed it to Red Cross.
All makes sense. Yeah, he's back to using that again. He's hooping, bro.
Wait, Chuck, as a Brit, you know what the Red Cross is?
I know it's a thing.
So it's like, so apparently they're like scumbags that like steal money or whatever, but they're pretty much like the biggest like. Actually, I don't know. That might not be true. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm thinking of a different organization. But they're like,
I think it's the Samaritans.
They're like a huge like, they're like Samaritans. They're like a huge what's it called? Like charity organization in America. They're like help people around the world.
Yeah.
They might steal. I don't know. Maybe they don't steal. Don't quote me on that.
A blood and guts match or something. Was that the Red Cross?
No, probably not.
No, I don't think so.
A charity did. Anyways, yeah, continue.
That doesn't seem like their MO.
No.
Anyway, I'm glad that the DG Nick Comoroto, not a fan of Nick Comoroto at all. Not even a little bit. But DG went out there, his music hit, he was over. He hit his new finisher. Well, it's kind of old finisher, but he brought back a finisher, hit it. He's been getting this over. He did it on Collision last week against Chuck's good buddy Tate Mayfair's. And he did it again this week. He's really trying to get the over. Yeah. It's working with me. I like it. I think he should keep it. I really like the Red Cross.
Yeah, I really like it.
I think everybody like I know he likes the Dragon Tamer a lot, the sharpshooter variant that he does. But I feel like everybody that has a submission finish should have like a regular like throw or slam finish as well. I think that's just like when ZSJ started doing the Zack Driver and shit. I was like, yeah, this is really good. Let's do this. But yeah, man. Not much to say here. He went into the crowd.
It was the Red Cross that sponsored Blood and Guts. Sorry, I had to Google it. They were calling for blood donations during Blood and Guts last year. Anyways, that was going to bother me if I didn't clear it up. But continue. Yes, the people watching. Was that what you were talking about?
Oh yeah, no. I said he got on the stands. He did the dance.
Yes.
People danced with him. DG's getting a lot of momentum right now. I can't wait until that match with Osprey. Clearly he's not going to win it, but
it's going to be a sick match.
It's going to be a great match, and I think it's only going to help raise DG's profile and his stock in the company, and show people like what AEW has there and that young talent. I'm really excited for it. I don't know when or where they do it. Apparently they have that Buffalo match right before Forbidden Door. You said, Marcus?
Yeah.
He has to go home.
Yeah, they're in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, let's do it there, man. Let's do it there. Fuck it. Let's party.
I'm with it.
But yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. The funny thing about Nick Comoroto, that man main evented a Dynamite. Like, can you believe this?
When?
Right after Double or Nothing 2021.
I was
there. First Dynamite after Double or Nothing 2021. He main evented a Dynamite against Dustin Rhodes in a Texas Bull Rope match.
Yeah, I was in the crowd for that. It was like the 10 p.m. Dynamites that they were doing, or one the midnight one. Yeah. It's when Andrade debuted on. Yeah.
That was so weird, bro. That Andrade debut because like the audio mixing was so messed up.
Yeah.
And, like, so you could like hear Vicky screaming, and you could hear the crowd, but you couldn't hear his music at all. And then they like try to turn up the music, and then you couldn't hear the crowd anymore. It was really weird. Yeah, that Dynamite was didn't that Dynamite like start airing at like 10 a.m. too, Marcus? Or something like that?
It was 10 p.m. Yeah, it was 10 p.m.
10 p.m. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's really funny.
Payne, could you pull up that rating for us? I didn't know.
Worst Dynamite episode ever. Yeah, please throw that in chat for us.
The Bucks had a tag team match in the beginning too. They opened the show with a tag match, and it was really good.
What? So this was the Dynamite after. I want to pull up the
Double or Nothing 2021.
The things I did during that pandemic era, going to those shows. Good lord.
Yo, so did they like take y'all
before-
temperature every time y'all entered the thing, Marcus? Or?
At the height of the pandemic, yeah, they took your temperature, scanned your ticket, all that. You have to wear a mask at all times. Security was not playing about that shit. Like they had people in there to look and see, hey, bro, put your mask on.
Good on them for like proper sticking to shit.
No red-blooded Americans down in Jacksonville revolted against the mask. They weren't like, this is my goddamn country.
4.8.
Shockingly, AO no, which is so weird because Jacksonville is like a mix of like people like me and in certain parts, rednecks, and then the beaches areas where rich people and rich rednecks that moved out of the sticks type
Was
shit.
this the Friday night Dynamite? Yeah, I found it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, do you want to know who the Bucks were facing on this card?
Who?
Pac and Penta.
Yeah, I remember. I really like that match. What is that? What's the score for that on Cage Match?
7.04.
Oh, brother, that's Bucks tags.
Yeah,
It got 4 stars from Dave.
sounds about right.
Dave before he was washed.
The rest of this card was, so there was another tag team match, was The Factory, which was Anthony Ogogo and QT Marshall versus the Nightmare Family, Cody Rhodes and Lee Johnson. Then we had another tag team match where it was Christian Cage and Jungle Boy versus Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn. And then Red Velvet, who was with Big Swole and Kylan King, can't read, defeats the Bunny.
Crazy time.
And then the main event was Dustin Rhodes versus Nick Comoroto. What a weird era of Dynamite.
The funniest thing about that tag match, the Factory and Cody one, Cody got pinned.
Mm-hmm.
He just won on pay-per-view. Like, why are you getting pinned?
Oh,
Dynamite at 10 p.m.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. What a weird time. And a Friday night Dynamite at that, like.
Hey, man. That era was
goodness.
something. The funny thing was the go-home Dynamite with that angle that Cody did with the weights and the scale. Good almighty.
Yes, I do remember that actually. My God. Cody in Dynamite, Cody in AEW. There was good stuff because of course there was. But fuck me, he did some weird shit on those TV shows.
Hey man. The things that happen when you give that man full control of what he wants to do. But anyway, back to the show.
What was next on Dynamite?
Real quick, MJF was also watching Daniel Garcia wrestle, which I thought was an interesting choice. But they do have some loose ends to tie up, I guess. If you go back to the Dynamite match they had when Max was still champion, that was a bit of a weird match. People were wanting to see the rematch from that. Just to see them wrestle like a different kind of match because it had weird vibes. I feel like it didn't really hit its peak. But it does make me interested to see if Max is going to end up tied in this Osprey Garcia business as well, and that we get the outcome of that on the road to All In. But I don't know.
Yeah,
it was weird.
I assume we're getting MJF versus Osprey at All In.
I also assume
and
that.
Maybe DG beats MJF for the international title.
Maybe.
We're headed towards the main event, so let me read off these super chats.
Yes.
And then if you have, this is last call for super chats. I'm gonna read these off and then just get the rest in because we're gonna be ending the show relatively soon.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Dorkins, £2 super chat. Where Monty at? Where my credit? Give me the glizzies. That's not nice. We support black creators. Glizzies is crazy though, Mr. Dorkins. That's definitely crazy. Mao Zedong of WrestlePurists.
Crazy. What y'all doing, bro?
Now the dong of WrestlePurists $5 super chat. Marcus, you must ignore the freak Rossi. He does not serve the people, but rather his capitalist masters in Stanford.
Talk.
Marcus, you want to tell us about your relationship with Mr. Zedong?
Well, Mr. Zedong's a good man to me. He helped me give me out some jams, and I don't know
What
about
the
that
fuck?
Great Leap Forward shit you was doing, my boy, but you cooking on Rossi. You cooking. Anyway,
Marcus, you were
what
a
you mean?
terrorist?
Brother, I am no terrorist. I am a freedom
Oh
fighter. What you
my
mean?
god.
All right, I'm gonna take your word for it.
Oh,
Hey,
you skipped the super
Chi-Town
chat.
Spurs,
There you go.
$5 super chat. We appreciate you, brother. I could see the Bullet Club interrupting the House of Black Bullet Club Gold match.
The only reason I disagree is because of Gabe has his Noah match this weekend and Finley's still on paternity leave, so it'll literally just be Driller and Clark Connors, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but they'd be outnumbered, so.
I mean, yeah, you can set it up though. Them with weapons, clearing the ring. I guess.
Yeah, you can set it up for sure.
You can set it up. Two people with chairs and stuff like that. I don't know what Bullet Club does. I hope it's a multi-man. I don't think anybody's really interested in a David Finley singles match on AEW pay-per-view at all.
As a David Finley fan, not on this pay-per-view.
We saw it on a Dynamite against Hangman, and that match was just.
Come on, bro. Like, that's the most boring Hangman. Like, you asked me top 5 Hangman Adam Page, like boring Hangman Adam Page matches I've ever seen. That's gotten time. Like, that's in there, bro. Like, Hangman, bro. Like, I don't talk enough about how much I rate Hangman Page as a professional wrestler.
Yep.
I think he's one of the best Americans to ever lace up some boots. Honestly.
Yeah. And that was that period where people were really starting to recognize, oh shit, this nigga might be one of the best in the world.
So you go out there, bro. You go out there and you have a boring match with Hangman. I don't know.
Silas Young had a better match with him the very next week.
Yeah, Silas. That match was actually really fun. Occurto, 100 sec. We appreciate you, brother. My lineup for the AEW team for Blood and Guts: Swerve, MJF, Osprey, Garcia. Parentheses, MJF and Osprey watched him on this episode. Bowens, Hangman will join the Elite. I hope all 3 of you had a great year so far. I can't complain about my year at all.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you're on the money with Hangman joining the Elite. That definitely seems like a strong possibility. If not,
they're in Virginia next week.
Hey, man.
Fair.
It's time for some cowboy shiznit, Shivani.
He should come out to Ghost Riders in the Sky, though. He shouldn't come out to his usual thing.
I agree. I agree with you, actually. While the AEW team for Blood and Guts is absolutely stacked, I think they keep Osprey, MJF, and Garcia out of this and let them tell their own story on the side. The Lucha Bros would be a great addition, I think. They always make magic. They always make magic with the Bucks. Day one originals. Have been baby faces for a really long time now in AEW. Them fighting for AEW makes a lot of sense. But that kind of just like they just got back with Pac though, so that's kind of just like leaves where's Pac, but you know.
I've seen him in a cage.
Got his shit going on. So
yeah,
exactly
what that is.
So honest assault and $2 super chat. U.S. immigration system holding back real grabs. Many such instances, bro. They fucked on us with CMLL. They fucked on us with some New Japan guys. Fucked on us with our own talent. We're gonna get our league back though. All right, what do we have next?
We have got.
Oh wait, hold on. Cam Jordan gave another £2. Mine ain't give me credit. Love glizzies for real. Ask SR. Cam. I don't know, man. Maybe send him out to your DM. He's an approachable guy.
He's a reachable guy. Bro.
Yeah, he's an approachable guy, bro. Send him out to your DM, Cam.
Yeah, hit him on church, bro.
Yeah, man. But next up on Dynamite. What am I reading? Where am I reading? Here. Right. So Renee attempts to talk to Ospreay, who had just been watching the DG match, but he said that he had other things to focus on and he had a contract that he needed to go deliver to Swerve. And then after that, I think they went to a break. And then after the break,
hold on, Chuck. Somebody, Victor Badanino says I just tipped you on Streamlabs. Don't tip us on Streamlabs. It's like messing up for us. It's been messing up for a really long time. I don't even know where you found the WrestlePurists Streamlabs.
Yeah, where did you?
That
I don't know if we got it or not. Only Monty has access to it, but it's been, 90% of the time we've had it, it's been very broken. So don't use it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Appreciate it nonetheless.
Yeah, appreciate it though.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, we had a video package where he was basically like, I'm a bit of a loser right now, and I need to get my shit right, so I'm entering at the Owen Hart Cup tournament, which is real fucking cool. They got some real hoopers in it this year, like we've already talked about.
They're not fucking around.
And then they are not fucking around. Then we went straight into Osprey versus Phoenix. I will not rehash my issues with commentary talking during entrances. That's a discussion we've already had today. But this match, man, it was pretty much everything that I wanted it to be with a Phoenix and Osprey rematch. They did that really cool camera shot in the beginning where they like show like one of the guy's hands, like, and they like the opponent in the other corner. I love that camera shot. I wish like they don't use it too much, and I hope they don't like overdo it. But it was really cool here. I don't know how to talk about this match other than being like, this was really fucking cool and they did a lot of cool shit. The finisher was probably like my favorite part though, where Phoenix did the fucking whatever the fuck he was doing and just got hidden bladed out of midair. And then Osprey obviously did the swerve stomp, which he took 17 years to set up before. Rolling Thunder, thank you. I couldn't remember off the top of my head what it was called. Osprey did the swerve stomp, and then he did another hidden blade to get the win here. Really fucking cool match. It didn't feel as different to like some of their PWG stuff. They really like tapped into that style of match, but it worked here and the crowd fucking loved it. So couldn't go wrong with this. Marcus, how was you feeling about the main event? We'll talk about the aftermath in just a second.
Hey man, everybody that be reading my tweets during Dynamite or any AEW show, when I see a match that's really good and that's fire, y'all know what I call it. That's that real mercy. And that's exactly what it was. Like they went crazy off the rip. Like bell rings, they're doing flips, they go down to the outside, kicks, all that, man. Which is the thing I love. And when they just straight up copy and paste stuff from PWG, I'm like, fuck it, cool. All right. And then
yeah, man. It's like, how many people have seen this realistically? Like, put it on front and put it on national TV, bro.
Exactly. And I can't talk about this match without talking about that Osprey improvisation. Like he does a little flip and tries to hit you with the Liger Bomb. Like he kind of botched it a little bit, but he recovered quick, just lifted him up, did like a air raid crash variation. That was really fucking cool. And that's exactly what Osprey
is. Bro, did you see his tweet?
Yeah.
He said he made that up on the spot, bro. That's crazy.
That's why he is what he is.
Wrestling's wild to me because it's just like, clearly y'all didn't, what's it called? Y'all didn't talk about that spot beforehand. Maybe y'all didn't talk about anything. Maybe y'all called everything on the fly. It's just like, how is Phoenix supposed to know how to take that when you literally just made it up? Like,
yeah, you just like cupped his head and just kind of lifted him up, and then
like it was kind of like a package pile driver, but not really, like because he sat out into it. But I don't know, it looked cool as fuck.
It looked great. That could be like a signature movie does down the line. You might stumble into something.
It just needs a name for it.
Yeah, and then the finisher was really cool. They had Swerve in the crowd watching the match with Nana. And I like this little thing, just to go back to the video package they did earlier, or the promo with Osprey. We had the contract in his hand. That was really cool storyline continuity from last week when Swerve had the contract and told Nana the facts over to him. Had it in his hand. Gave it right to him when he walked out for his entrance. So that was great. I like that. Yeah. Great attention to detail. And the finish was really cool. It added some heat to the match for the Forbidden Door because Osprey just stares like a daggers in the Swerve and says, "This is my house." Hits the Swerve stomp, hidden blade, 1, 2, 3. You know, funny enough, the damn Swerve stomp, it takes ages to set up and do sometimes. Like that was like the most egregious thing set up.
Bro, Osprey, he took like 30 seconds to set this move up, and 30 seconds is not a long period of time until it is when you're watching someone like physically set up a move like that. But I ain't gonna nitpick about it, but it was a very funny visual, just like him glaring at Swerve when he was trying to do it. But Ayo, were you a fan of this main event?
Yeah, I loved it. I love the callbacks to the PWG spots. It was cool that Excalibur called it out live on there. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
But
that was cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was everything that we asked for when the match was announced. I really liked how they had Swerve at ringside, like stalking his prey, so to speak. They did that little
Cool
call
as
out
hell.
at the end. Yeah, just
Indeed.
mad aura, bro. They did that little call out at the end with the Swerve stomp, and Swerve like ripped off his sunglasses that he was wearing indoors just because he was like his own aura just blinds him sometimes. I get it, bro.
That was a cool
I
ass
get
shot
it.
too, the camera angle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it was a really enjoyable match. Glad Phoenix got to main event to Dynamite, show his shit,
Me too.
show his value as a singles performer. I feel like there's a lot of juice to squeeze out of a Ray Phoenix singles run.
I agree.
Yeah, especially like Penta's like 40 years old, bro. Like he doesn't need to be an every week performer, I don't think. But I think Penta at this point he served best as one half of the Lucha Bros, but Phoenix at this point is served best as just Ray Phoenix wrestling. But I don't know who knows what we do with that. It was really fun. Led into a really cool stare down in the ring after the match. That was dope. Swerve was screaming without a mic. The camera could pick it up. Saying that Osprey doesn't have it in him to carry both things on his shoulders. Said he's still the same dumb kid Swerve knew 10 years ago. What else did he say? He said a whole bunch of shit, bro. Swerve was talking cash shit. Started like bumping him with the title and shit. It was just like trying to little boy him. And Osprey was like, hold on now. And he just snatched the title out of his hand. And like people were like, why did Swerve just let it happen? But I like the idea of Swerve is so like just so befuddled that somebody who he has called his little brother on numerous occasions had like the gall, the unmitigated gall, the audacity, to snatch Swerve's title out of his hand. And he's just looking at him like, you must have lost your mind. And then afterwards he explains to him, he was just like, bro, like
you're lucky we're still friends.
Like if it was anybody else, bro, I would have killed you. And I believe him because we've seen what Swerve has done to people.
Yeah, man.
Who have minorly inconvenienced him. Hangman never really did anything to him. And you see what we did to Swerve. When you see
like
what Swerve did to Hangman, bro.
Like all Hangman did was simply be in a spot that he wanted. That's all he did.
All Hangman did was exist, bro.
Exactly.
And Swerve one day was just like, you know what? Fuck that guy. So, yeah, I'm really excited. The feud's picking up. We're getting some real heat now. I feel this was a money-making angle. Evil was crying like 2 weeks ago. He was like, these guys should hate each other. Like, I don't like this spirit of competition thing. And I was just like, bro, they haven't had a single segment together yet. Like, let them tell a story. Because like the first time Hangman and Swerve were on screen together, what did Swerve say, bro? He was just like, bro, like if I had your opportunities, I would have already been world champ. And he called Hangman fat. Like, it had to evolve into the point where Hangman's drinking this man's blood and doing the Triple H fountain spit with it. Like it didn't start there. So like this is like it's like one cog in the story. And obviously this is not gonna be the last time they wrestle each other. Maybe it's not gonna be the last. Maybe it's probably the last time they wrestle each other while Will is international champion and Swerve is world heavyweight champion. But they're gonna wrestle each other more down the road. And this match, this Forbidden Door match, is gonna be a good storytelling device for Osprey Swerve 2, Osprey Swerve 3, and so on and so on forth as Osprey Swerve, Hangman, and guys of that age range wrestle each other in the main event scene for like the next 10 years.
Yeah, they're laying the groundwork right now. And honestly, I'm glad that they didn't bring mics into this and have them like talk to each other on the mic. It was literally just the crowd could visually see that they were like kind of talking shit and going back and forth and that, but we at home got to like hear what Swerve was saying. And bro, if I'm Osprey, I'm a little bit worried about how I step around Swerve at the moment, because it was just like, you're lucky we're friends, because if anyone else tried that shit, like their head would be in like the 4th row sort of shit. But
given Swerve's history as a viewer, we know he ain't lying.
We know why he's called Killshot. Like, we know why that's his nickname. Like, he is not going to beat around the bush with it. He is just going to knock you for 6 and beat the shit out of you. But it's got me hyped for the match, man. Like, am I excited that it's an AEW vs AEW match on a Forbidden Door pay-per-view? Not really. Am I excited that it's these two guys? Yes, absolutely. It's going to be fucking sick. And honestly, I'm excited to see where they go with the build for in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I loved everything about this angle because, again, like you mentioned, they could have easily just picked up microphones and just talked, but that would have come off so much like just a wrestling angle. It would have felt so contrived. But no, they just passed it out like two real niggas. Like, I'm pouring honey on Swerve. I'm pouring Marmite on Will Ospreay. You know what I'm saying?
Ew, Marmite doesn't pour.
I mean, you can scoop it out. You can plop it on. Yeah.
Hey, if you fall for somebody,
plop it out on Osprey paws.
But nah,
plop it out on Billy Goat, bro. Just plopping Marmite out on him.
Yeah, exactly. But nah, this is great. Like Swerve, literally, I like they brought up their history as like friends. Yeah. If you've seen the Swerve City podcast, like you know, but bringing it up on TV was like.
I think that AEW should reach out to WXW and try and get some of their footage from the 16 Carat show, like where they had like the dance battle in the beginning of the match. Try and get some of that footage, man. Like I think they'd be willing to send it. It'd be real fucking cool to throw that
still a
in.
thing?
Yeah, bro.
Matches? Mm-hmm. Is OTT still a thing?
OTT is still a thing. Yes. You know who they've got booked for their big pay-per-view this year? Nick Nemeth. Very funny.
I'm crying.
Is he in like a world title match or something?
I ain't got a fucking clue. I just know he's on the shows. Bro, the thing with OTT is that they keep scheduling shows and they keep getting cancelled. I don't know when the last time they actually ran a show, but that is a discussion for another day. This Brute Rest is quite the scene these days.
It is. Back to what I was saying, like I like what Swerve said, like the line where you can't carry both worlds on your shoulders. Like keep wrestling all these matches all you want every week. You can't. That's not gonna last very long, bro. Like keep doing that. I'm gonna eat your lunch at Forbidden Door. And Osprey just snatched their belt from the one fell swoop. That was really cool. It didn't look fake. Yeah. It didn't look like phony. Nothing. It was like, nah, nigga, I'm gonna show you.
And show him he did. I think that they're doing a great job. Honestly, the build to Forbidden Door has been so much better than it has in previous years. Whether that be us getting to see more different talents. Like they announced on Collision, they've got Lio Rush, Rocky Romero, and TMDK teaming up against Blackpool Combat Club on Saturday. So like, and them just bringing over like more talents from all the promotions and like displaying them on the build to Forbidden Door. It's been really cool to see. Overall,
cooler.
Huh?
Like it's made the TV so much cooler because like sometimes they'll just kind of go easy on cards, but now with Forbidden Door season, you gotta have all these guys on television in some capacity.
Exactly.
Throw in some guys that's free from the New Japan dates or CMLL dates. Throw them on TV and let them do something. Hechicero got crazy over in the little CMLL BCC feud.
Yeah, man.
Put him in the Casino Gauntlet. He went crazy, and the crowd loved him. And Lio Rush back on my television screens in AEW. Thank God.
I'm so fucking happy that Lio Rush is back doing stuff in AEW, man. Because if there was ever a guy that deserved a second chance in a company like that, it is him. But thoughts on Dynamite? Yeah. Just leave.
The black goo.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just leave that gimmick at home. I don't need to see it on national TV.
He's back on my screen.
No. We've got one last minute super chat, AO, if you want to pull that up, and then we'll get into final thoughts about Dynamite.
Black Yakuza 94 $2 super chat. We appreciate you, bro. Swerve needs to beat Osprey with a Tiger Driver 91. I'm not against it. All I know is Billy's laying down at Forbidden Door, brother.
Yeah,
he's
not
J.O.B.
So the whole thing is basically being Osprey's warning himself down, and Swerve's like, you don't have that killer instinct, I'm going to eat you alive. And knowing Swerve, he would do some diabolical shit like that. So, yeah, go ahead. Of
course. I think it would be fucking sick. But Dynamite this week, I thought was probably one of the best episodes of this year. Don't quote me on that, because I've probably said that before this year anyways. We are 6 months in at this point, so... but it felt like a lot more of a cohesive show. Like everything flowed, even though there was like a lot of like segments and like video packages. But with it being Forbidden Door season, that's always to be expected. Marcus, how did you feel about the episode overall?
I loved it. I loved every bit of it. Like I was high on it because of the card, which is something they should read more often. Like get people excited for these shows. Just throw graphics out and don't wait till Tuesday to throw everything out. Just throw them out, build hype, and there you go. And the match is all delivered. The angles were really cool. The people got the right amount of heat. Willow's still a star. You got a money angle at the end of the show. That led up to a great match. Yeah, I loved everything. I really did. Even Jericho didn't piss me off this week. It was a cool segment. Private Party looked good. It went how it should have. Cool.
Yeah, good shit. What about you, AO? How did you feel about Dynamite?
Liked it a lot. Like I said, I kind of no-sold the Learning Tree stuff until Private Party came out there. But it was a very enjoyable episode of Dynamite. It's a shame we went head-to-head with the NBA Finals. Still did a decent number with the rate. I don't care about ratings, honestly. I don't give a fuck. I don't know why I'm trying to fucking break it down. But yeah, man, I just wish more people watched the show because it was a really good episode. Yeah. But this is probably the strongest road to Forbidden Door we have. Like there was Forbidden Door season 1, right? Where it was okay. Well, it was mostly really cool because it was a shock factor of seeing these big New Japan stars on Dynamite, right? So now that the shock factor is kind of gone, like seeing how they're just like putting people in these spots and stuff is really cool to see. I'm all for it. I like what we got going on.
Yes,
it's good momentum in Jacksonville right now. Good momentum in Jacksonville.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is us done for this review, though. If you guys have enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe and leave a comment. What are they commenting on? What do you think Joe Holbert was doing tonight?
Leave comments. What do you think Joe Holbert was actually doing tonight? Was he smoking crack? I don't know.
Was he chilling with Skepta?
Is he chilling out there with his roadmen? Just chinging the ops, just stabbing people as UK youth are known to do. I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. Is there any proof that Joe does not own a shiesty mask? You tell me. Or a ball, as Chuck's people like to call them. You let me know. Leave any other thoughts on Dynamite in the chat. We appreciate it. Helps us a lot. Whoever botted us, please never do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
This is weird.
Anyone got any plugs before we get out of it?
Maybe a Sunday show this weekend. I don't know. If not, I have nothing to plug. Yo.
Marcus, plug your podcast again. Go through that again real quick.
Yep, Swap Inside Florida Flames. I will probably be going live immediately following this, so stay tuned. Cool. I'll be out there.
My son said free K-Flock. That's a fact.
And real quick from me, I've got the episode I did with Lyric, Maps and Grabs. We did a Forbidden Door preview that came out a couple of days ago. Yeah, shout out Lyric. And then tomorrow, I've got a podcast coming out with the boys from Rest Things here in the UK. Went down to their studio and recorded a podcast episode together yesterday, and that was a lot of fun. So make sure you check that out when it comes out. I will be retweeting on my socials and all that good shit. So, yeah, but thanks for joining us.
From Rest Things. We are out of here.